Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. One of my personal favorites is Stephen King's It, which they're making into a movie. Again.
To you live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants Podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man. It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ.
Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I'm Ben.
Yeah, he's Ben, and I'm nobody.
And I'm TJ. I want to say that I'm a piece of shit. Everyone should hate me.
Everyone's a piece of shit deep down inside. Except me. I'm awesome. I'm the best. We have a special guest today. The Investigamer.
Hey, how's it going?
What do you mean, how's it going? What the fuck you trying to do?
Yeah.
Trying to pull on this show, dude.
I'm asking how you're going.
Okay, cool.
Where are you going in life, TJ?
You're extremely pale on the camera.
Yeah.
You look like powder. Have you ever seen that movie?
Like powder. I've seen the movie.
Yeah. You're a weird albino guy with magic powers. Or telekinetic powers, or whatever the fuck he had.
I can get used to that.
Yeah, I don't even know what exactly he had.
AIDS.
He had AIDS.
He kind of looked like he had like cancer or something like that. I never watched that movie, but yeah, he does look kind of.
It was actually the life story of Michael Stipe. So.
Oh, really? That's what it was?
Yes.
Yeah. So, how was your drive up from?
My drive.
Yes.
Was pretty awesome once you get out of Texas. They were doing a hell of a lot of road work in North Texas. I don't usually go through North Texas. I usually go through Louisiana, but this time I did. And around Texarkana, it was just fucking awful, the amount of road work that was going on there.
So what's it like living in Texas?
Shitty most of the time.
How do you deal with the fact that so many people from Texas actually think it's like really great? Like, how often do you encounter those die-hard pro-Texas types? Like, that seems like they're pretty common there.
A lot. My family, for the most part, they're like that. They're like, there's no state better than Texas. Why are you wanting to move, etc. And especially the part of my family that's from the north side of Texas, where it's all the woodlands. They're very rich white folk. They think it's amazing. They have like 30 acres of land apiece, and they drive trucks bigger than 6 of my cars.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of people who think that it's cool to be from Texas are people who are from Texas, and that's about it.
Damn, my cigarette died. Cancel the show.
The gods punish you, TJ. The
Tragedy.
gods punish you.
Tragedy.
TJ, you didn't believe in the gods, so they punished you.
I always used to say that if there was if we could make an atom bomb explode in the exact size and shape of Texas, we should just do that.
They do that in New Mexico anyway.
Texas is gone.
So you're saying you want to destroy New Mexico, Ben? That's what
No, I'm not saying that, but they did blow up atom bombs in New Mexico.
Yeah, of course. But it's really the Manhattan Project. It's not even the worst state. It's just that they think they're the best state, so it makes it feel like the worst state. I mean, in my experience, Mississippi and New Jersey are a lot worse, but the fact that Texas thinks it's so good is the problem.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Because, Texas really, when you're driving through Texas, at first, if you're driving from the Louisiana side, if you drive through Texas, you can't tell the difference between fucking Texas and Louisiana. The only difference you can tell is that all of a sudden people have, this enormous state pride. And the thing that sucks about it is if you tell someone from Texas that their state sucks, they'll be like, oh, yeah, well, your state sucks. It's like, yeah, but the difference is I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I can admit that. You just need to get on board with the admitting your state sucks bandwagon.
But how do you factor in Texas as the Texas Whopper?
Oh yeah.
How
Isn't-
can you refute that?
Can you get a
Isn't-
Texas
Alabama's
Whopper
pretty
anywhere
good.
though?
No,
I thought you
only in
could.
Texas.
Isn't Texas the only state where it's legal to fly the flag of the state at the same height as the American flag?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't even do that
Legality
here.
comes into question there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're not allowed to fly another flag at like the same level.
That's why normally if you see like a courthouse or something, there will be one really tall flagpole and then some shorter ones around it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but I did notice that in Texas that they can fly their flag the same. They take the whole thing about, you know, how it was a sovereign country for what, like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, in our schools, we actually pledge to the Texas flag at the same time as pledging to the American flag. Does any other states do that?
No.
No.
Yeah, it's,
No, that's
we have
some-
our own pledge.
That's some unique Texas crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, how does the pledge go? What is the Texas pledge different?
I actually know it.
Oh, yeah, let's
Let's
hear
hear
it.
the Texas
Okay,
pledge.
when I was before 6th grade, it was honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas one state, indivisible, or something like that. But then at some point they inserted, they changed it to one state under God, one and indivisible. When I'm in 6th grade, this is the 2000s, and they insert that.
So they just recently inserted God in the
Yes.
Texas pledge.
I don't know why it wasn't already there.
It seems like it would have
Surprised.
been.
Yes.
I mean, it was only inserted in the U.S. pledge in like the 50s to like combat communism. It was
Yeah.
the pledge was and it was just ironic because the pledge was actually written by a socialist. But
It's kind of funny because people from Texas, they always talk about how their state was its own country, but they don't even take into account, you know, how Hawaii was its own country at one point. You know, there are plenty of states that were their own countries at one point.
you know, up until the 30s, people used to salute the flag like this.
Yes. Yep.
But
Yeah.
but then the Nazis started using it, so we thought, you know, maybe that's not such a good idea anymore.
You should bring it back, TJ.
Yeah. Bring back the traditional pledge with
Exactly.
with no God and a Nazi salute.
There you
All right.
go.
So a lot of people are saying that they want to see my face, and it's not going to happen unless we get lots of money for it.
Ben's
So-
face will cost you.
Yeah.
You gotta send us $10,000 a piece.
It's worth it.
Either that or
Believe me.
we need 1,000 audible.com trials by the end of the night tonight. That's what we need.
1,000 Audible trials.
Yeah, by the end of the show.
1,000.
By the end of the show, I will check our Audible trials, and if we've gotten 1,000 between now and the end of the show, I will get on
Is
camera.
this a hostage situation?
Yes.
You've
Or Ben
kidnapped
dies.
Yeah.
And that's because I know it's not going to happen. See, and the funny thing is that it doesn't cost you anything. You can start the trial and then end it almost right after you start it, and you get a free audiobook out of it.
Woo.
So
Free audiobook. Consider that.
people are saying, "Fuck you, Ben."
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Ben.
Fuck you,
Fuck
Bill
you,
Maher.
Ben
Fuck
Ma.
you, Bill Maher. Fuck your mother in her fucking asshole. Go fuck yourself. That cunt is a douchebag, and I fucking hate him. He gets on his dumb fuck show and talks shit like that all the time. Fuck you! Fuck you! Oh, fuck you! Fuck you!
God, that never gets old.
Hey, Ben.
Yes.
Fuck your mother and a fucking asshole.
Oh, don't say that about my mom. She's a nice lady.
Nope. She might be nice, but she's going to get fucked in a fucking asshole.
Jesus.
What accent is that anyway?
I don't know. It's like Brooklyn-y, New York bullshit.
Yeah. Something like that. Something I don't want to listen to on a regular basis.
Roundabouts, them parts.
You know what? As much as the Southern accent, the array of Southern accents annoy me, the Boston and New Jersey accents are the
Boston.
worst.
When I went to PAX, that annoyed the ever-living crap out of me.
I often say that people from Boston are shit and should be killed.
Do you have an idea, TJ? An idea?
Yeah, he's pretty extreme about it, isn't he?
Boston does suck,
I'm
though.
gonna just throw that out there.
The Boston is Osvaten.
If you're someone from Boston watching our podcast, you personally are okay. We can forgive you.
You probably want to leave Boston.
But
right?
everyone
Sounds
else in
audible.
Boston needs to die. So let's see. Thus far in the show, I've advocated for the death of everyone in Texas and Boston. Who's next? Who's next?
New Jersey.
At least I'm not like McCain. Bomb, 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 Iran. Who remembers that?
Wyoming. I mean, how many people
I remember
live
that.
there anyway?
How many people live in Boston?
No, I said Wyoming. How many people live there anyway?
Oh, not very many. Not very many at all.
And really, even the people who do live there, who really lives there?
a lot of those
I mean,
western,
come on.
a lot of those western states, with the exception of the coastal western states, have very small populations. So, you know,
That's one thing they got going for them, I guess.
the biggest cities out there, like in the mountain time zone, are Denver, and then Arizona has its own time zone, but part of the time it's on mountain, and part of the time it's on
Arizona,
Pacific.
just to be different, whenever it's 8 o'clock to the west and 7 o'clock to the east, they're 7:30. So,
Well, the weird thing about Arizona, I can't speak for Hawaii and Alaska. I'm not sure how their time zones work, but they're the only one of the 48 continental states that doesn't observe daylight savings time.
someone just said Ben is Asian.
I am. My name is Benjamin Nakamura. You found it out.
Oh shit!
Damn it! How did you know?
I thought Ben was black though.
I am.
He's Blasian.
He's Blasian.
My name is Benjamin Jefferson
Nakamura.
Nakamura.
Jeffamura? I don't know.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we're gonna play Gman's new rap video.
Ben does not seem enthused about this.
TJ was like, "We got to play it because it's about
G-Man,
us."
G-Man, G-Man. Chant
You know,
TJ.
you saw how he trounced us in our debate.
Oh, yeah.
with Thunderfoot. He destroyed Thunderfoot. I heard Thunderfoot was thinking about retiring from YouTube.
Yeah, he was.
I wouldn't blame
Because of
him
that.
after the
He was
trouncing
seriously
that he
considering
received.
that.
We even played the Rocky music for him.
Yeah, we had to
Lots
play
of
the
aloe vera
Rocky
with
music.
me.
So
G-Man, G-Man.
here we go again.
This is actually a rap directed at the Drunken Peasants.
Yeah, I guess.
And the title is "Amazing Atheist Gets G-Slapped."
G-Man's doing this new thing where he has someone be like, "Hey, I'm so-and-so who must matter, and you're listening to Preaching to the Choir Ministries." So, yes.
Which he's not preaching to the choir, I might add, which is kind of the ironic.
No,
part.
when he comes on our show, he is definitely not preaching to the choir. I don't even know if he understands what preaching to the choir means. Maybe if I get intoxicated enough later, we'll bring G-Man on.
That reminds me.
G-Man.
No G-Man.
No G-Man?
No G-Man.
Sorry,
No
G-Man. I even tried. Blame Scotty. Blame Scotty, G-Man.
This is gonna be the greatest rap ever.
All right, here we go.
Hi, I'm Mike, a.k.a.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
And I am the host of Talk Nerdy to Me. And I love
I think there's already a
keep it
show called
nerdy.
Talk
So
Nerdy
that's
to Me.
one of the
I'm pretty
reasons
sure.
watch
I think it's
Preaching to
Cara
Choir
Santa
Ministries. And with that being said, you're watching Preaching
Well, he's
to
a
the Choir
different,
Ministries.
less popular
so keep it
Talk Nerdy to Me.
And take it away, G.
Take it away, G.
Yeah!
Oh shit!
Yeah!
Yeah,
G-slap!
tried to make me look bad on the Drunken Peasants.
Oh, we tried,
No, we don't need to try.
but we failed.
Yeah, we failed.
I don't care. We don't even need to try. We don't need to try to make you look bad.
Yeah, all we
G-Man.
need to do is feature you. It's easy.
He even makes a comment during this about Wondershare and how he likes it. It's like, no.
The people in our chat bring up some really, thought-inspiring questions. And someone asked, "Does G-Man wear a G-string?"
That's a good question.
That is that is a very philosophical question someone has asked.
That's where he got his name from. G-Man, G-string.
Yeah.
Makes
He
sense.
definitely wears tidy whities.
Cold and Dusty and Thunderfoot. It's payback time now.
Oh,
Sonic Beats.
Sonic Beats.
Let's do this.
This must be where he gets it from, because he didn't even
Yeah,
take out
he
the...
stole it from Sonic
You
Beats.
see me, you peasants who not stop drinking
Oh,
that
yeah, you
poison
afraid,
on the
TJ?
stick to the pot. Ben, who are you? I don't even care. I don't need
Ben,
your
you're on
suggestions.
G-Man's
I
mouth.
love Wondershare. You started your show
G-Man
today.
wants you on his mouth, Ben.
I thought
How
so.
do you feel about that?
How do I feel about it?
I don't know about you guys, but I can only understand about 4% of what he's
Yeah,
saying.
me too.
I don't even think he
Same
had.
here.
He must be using like an internal microphone on a laptop or something like that. I don't know.
Because, like... Dog with the buzz,
And the funny thing is that all of his friends in the comments to this video are like, "This is your best rap yet, G-Man. Keep going.
Fucking
Good
trolls,
job.
man.
You
Fucking
totally
trolls."
pwned those motherfuckers." Well, they didn't say motherfuckers, but
They did.
On up in the news, you're dealing with crazies. You can't walk in my shoes. Scotty hates Cena because he's boring and bland. You're lying through your teeth. You're a John Cena fan. TJ is amazing. I can't count those subs. You're Your channel is dirty, go jump in the tub. I'm just getting started, so enjoy this rap. I know how to own you, you just been G-slapped.
G-slapped.
I like one of the comments. Just G-Man use a
That's the
fucking
best part.
phonograph to record his voice. That's so valid.
Now, I want to let everyone know what you just witnessed. G-Man threw the New Testament behind his shoulder and was like, I'd prefer the banana. So, like, he saw what TJ did, and he was like, hey, that looks all right. Maybe I'll try it. And now G-Man has converted to bananaism.
Good.
Yes.
It's about time.
He's going to stick a banana in his butt.
Why'd you stick a banana up your butt? Amazing atheist.
It made sense.
Amazing one. He calls you amazing one sometimes. Amazing one. Why'd you stick a banana up your butt?
He likes it.
Yeah.
He just chose it.
You kind of made Ben kind of made G-Man sound like Mr. T.
I pity the fool stick a banana up his butt.
That's awesome.
TJ, go to Pearl. You need new glasses. Go on a diet, take some yoga classes.
Yoga
Boy,
classes.
Cousins, you ain't got no bling. You common folk, need the king of kings.
Scott and Ben loves Cena.
TJ, give me the Cena doll.
Oh, man.
TJ, give me the Cena doll. It's right behind you. We love Cena. Can't see me, Cena. Woohoo!
Cena. Everyone knows that you love Cena, Ben.
Yeah, everyone.
Cena's thrusting at Ben.
Fuck off.
Ben was a Catholic who bowed to the Pope. Now you're an atheist. Oh, what a show.
He said I was a Catholic and now I'm an atheist. Stop it, TJ, you fucking piece of shit.
Cena is raping Ben. And making loud grunty noises.
I hate you.
The drunken peasants, get on your knees. I stop destroying you if you say please.
That's TJ's house shirt right there.
My house shirt.
Yeah.
I'm fucking Cena right now, so
Oh.
it's hard to focus.
Is he as good as you imagined?
Yes.
You said he was ugly
Dude,
as shit.
you know what you should have said? You should have said better.
Yeah, better.
He's better than you. Wow, he's still making those noises.
I know,
too.
right? Even when I pull it out, he's still like, ugh.
I'll cut you some slack. I love showing mercy to the drunken kids. You lack understanding, get back in the grid.
I wonder what anyone driving by at that moment must have thought.
When he was... At least you had the decency to do it inside.
Preaching to the choir ministries.
Guys can't play, so get out of my game. TJ's in the John, learn how to aim. I'm almost done with this rap. The drunken peasants, you just been G-slapped.
So bad.
The End Times Bible.
I think it's official. I think the Drunken Peasants podcast has been destroyed. And we need to retire immediately.
Show's over, folks. We've been obliterated. We've been G-slapped into oblivion.
Double A, you ain't no better. Beat me in a debate, can you say never? The Big Bang is not a fact. Aren't you tired of getting G-slapped? Evolution is not a fact. Aren't you tired of getting G-slapped? And biogenesis is not a fact. Aren't you tired of getting G-slapped? Evolution is not a fact. Aren't you tired of getting G-slapped? So continue.
Oh, why did he have to put Grendel in the video?
Yeah,
Dragged. Whoa, TJ, he dragged Grendel into this. It's become personal now.
Yeah, now I have to kill him. You threaten my family?
He attacked you, TJ, and he attacked your family.
He attacked my family.
Brought the Stallion King.
I want my family back.
With the rest of your day, read your Bible and do what it say.
I hate him. He can never make that rhyme.
He's so bad at rhyming
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole time.
Okay, so honestly, troll. He is a troll.
No. No, I do not believe
At
you.
first,
I'm gonna
Paul,
say no.
At first, Paul disagreed with me, and then he agreed with me at the end. Especially when he did the atheist conversion thing, and then came back.
G-Man's
again.
all just about playing games with people. I really believe G-Man is not a troll. I honestly, nothing will change my mind unless he specifically states he changes his voice, his place of where he lives at, his housing and everything. It's like G-Man has been an act for the last several years, and I can no longer continue this. And
What good troll would do that though?
I wonder if he would do that just as that, but make that his troll.
I think
Like he should just like, I am a troll. I was just pretending the whole time. But then no, it turns out that he really was real.
I mean,
but that's kind of what happened with the atheist thing, where he converted to atheism. Too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It lasted what, like a day?
Yeah.
You know, so I mean.
Well, Brett Keane outed him too. So
okay, but if you had any fucking intelligence, you knew he was full of shit.
Butt King is in the chat room and said, "You are attacking my family."
That's true. We are.
Butt King.
Stop attacking my family.
Stop attacking my family.
I think Gman's done like 4 rap videos now.
Yes.
I would have to say that's the worst one. That's even worse
than the first.
The first one had a hook to it.
The first one's the only one that had a hook to it, though.
Yep.
The rest were just all lame.
Yeah.
And this one I could barely understand what he was saying in the verses. I could kind of understand the chorus.
A new microphone would go a long way. At the very least, if you're not going to step up your game, at least step up your hardware.
Yeah.
At the very least.
I don't know if Gman can step up his game anymore. I think that's like pretty much the pinnacle of his skills.
I mean, he probably believes what he's saying, but on some level he has to know it's all bullshit, and now he's just doing it for the fuck of it. That's the only thing I can see it as.
Yeah, I could see that
There's
too.
no way he's doing it and seriously thinking he's going to make an impact or do something interesting.
Especially, well, I mean, like he has this sense of delusion though, where like he could come on our show or any show and get like clearly trounced, and then at the end of the episode be like, another victory for G-Man. Ain't no one could answer my questions.
Yep.
It's like, no, we did answer your question several times, quite, clearly and explicitly.
Then show me when a canine becomes a non-canine.
And then we say, before we call him, I'll send him like 20 messages. Hey, G-Man, you want to be on? Hey, G-Man, you want to be on? Nothing. But then we call him and he answers immediately. He's like, oh, well, this is a surprise. I'm not prepared. But yeah, sure, go ahead. Talk to me. And then like the whole time when you ask him a question you can't answer, he's like, oh, well, I'm not prepared for this, but... Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's like the same thing every time. I'm not convinced that the G-Man, like the public image of G-Man, is real. I don't know, and I've said that from the
now
from the
Ben
very
is
beginning.
attacking G-Man unfairly. G-Man needs time to prepare for this attack. Ben, you need to send him your remarks in advance to G-Man.
Someone in the chat room said I'm an Aboriginal, which is also true. I can actually play a didgeridoo as well.
Cool.
So.
One of the premier didgeridoo players in the planet.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to move on to the first news story that we're going to cover here. Apparently, for people who want to go on vacation but also have anxiety issues, this Japanese travel agency is allowing you to send your stuffed animals on vacation.
The perfect vacation for TJ.
Yeah, he has a lot of stuffed animals.
Woo.
If you can't travel yourself, why not send a stuffed animal instead? A Japanese tour agency is letting wannabe tourists travel vicariously through their stuffed toys.
Ooh, kawaii, kawaii. Ooh.
Seems silly? Well, Sonoe Azuma, founder of Unagi Travel, says she provides a unique service.
By using stuffed toys, I'm hoping to bring a sense of adventure to people who can't normally travel. That's why I started doing this.
Some of her clients have disabilities or find it physically or mentally challenging to travel. 25-year-old Lenko Endo, for instance, suffers from depression and finds it hard to leave her apartment. Her stuffed panda's adventures give her hope.
I used to be in this state where I didn't have any friends, and just going outside and seeing people was scary and really took it out of me, both physically and mentally. But now that's all changed. Chibi-Pan has made it to Shibuya, so maybe I can do it too.
I don't get it.
She's living vicariously through her stuffed panda.
I mean, did they come back with souvenirs or something? Like buttons?
She was walking around like, taking video of them like, no, we're walking across the street. and this is, it seems like this is, I don't know, I don't want to assume, but I think this woman also lives in Japan. So this is like, just like a trip within her own country that she won't take. I don't know.
You can literally move to Japan, start any ridiculous business, and you'll actually be able to run it. Like your stuffed animals, Even
I'm starting a similar business for anyone who wants to travel to Columbus, Ohio, but doesn't have the money. If you give me $1,000, I'll eat fries in front of whatever Ohio landmark you want to in the general Columbus area, so that you can vicariously experience eating fries in that location.
What kind of fries will they be?
Whatever
the nearest fast food or
I will one-up
diner
him.
restaurant.
If you pay me $1,500, I'll do the same thing, and I'll send you a package of fries. I can't guarantee that they'll still be good, but I'll send you a package of fries from Texas. And they're from Texas, so they're automatically better, according to the people there.
The one thing I love about Texas is Whataburger. Whataburger.
It is
so delicious.
It is pretty good. Okay.
If you raise it to 2,000, I'll lick the fries before I send them.
Then they'll clone you, TJ, and we'll find out you're a clone of Julius Caesar.
But it'll be half me, half fry. So. It'll be like the
Details
fly,
of
but
each
it'll be
tour
the fry.
are posted online via social media with comments and photographs, and the stuffed animals' owners also get to communicate about the tour. The tours accept inanimate travelers from Japan and overseas, running day-long excursions in the Tokyo area, starting at 2,000 yen, or just under $20 US.
TJ, we need to get like an action figure made of you and send it to Japan and be like, TJ went to Japan.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? There's been something like this kind of in Texas. There's actually a guy making a lot of money by taking dirt from the ground in Texas and selling it online, and it's called Texas Dirt. This really makes money.
I need me some of that Texas dirt to pretend like I'm still in Texas.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you can't be in Texas, you might as well have some good old Texas dirt. Like
That's
what?
how half of my family up in the Woodlands sounds, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rub the Texas dirt on your body.
Do you bathe in Texas dirt, TJ?
No.
You should.
I want to.
You need to order some Texas dirt.
I can't afford it. That Texas dirt is like too valuable.
You have to settle for Louisiana dirt.
Louisiana mud.
Louisiana mud from the bayou.
Mud from the bayou, Louisiana. You get rubbed out on, you be good.
Next, we got a story about how student debt doesn't just hurt students. It's Van Jones.
We tend to think about college debt as something
Robots
that only
taking your
affects
jobs.
college students. $1 trillion of debt for people trying to get an education. And that actually affects everybody, not just students, not just young people, the entire economy. Because when you're sitting there and you're writing out your house note, and then you have to write out a big check for your student loans from 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you're not buying an extra sofa, you're not going out to dinner, you're not buying another car, you're actually holding the economy back. There are a couple things that we can do. First of all, we should be putting a lot more money into public education, public universities, to bring the cost down. But for the people who already have student loans right now, we could change the laws. You should be able to refinance your student loans. Some people have student loans at 8%. They should be able to go refinance at 3%, 2%. They're not allowed to.
Not only should they change the way loans are structured, but they should also change the amount of money universities can charge for degrees. You get a degree that could not get you a profession that could ever cause you to pay back the loan that you're taking out, and that's just ridiculous.
Right.
I don't know. If you have a liberal arts degree, but you have $50,000 in debt, how are you ever going to be able to pay that back?
I think we need to move more to a model like they have in like countries like Norway and places like that, where they basically just, if you qualify to go to school, you should be able to go, because instead of charging people a bunch of money that they like you said, most of them can't pay it back. Most people walk away with $50,000, $100,000 plus in debt. I mean, if you want to become a doctor, say, and you actually get into medical school, you go through all the processes, you're looking at $500,000.
Yeah, and it also doesn't help that the cost of tuition goes up twice a year like clockwork,
and it's gone up faster than inflation. Even.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not sustainable, and it'd be a better investment if people talk about investing in the economy. Investing in skilled workers would be the best thing to do, and to pay, basically pay for a bachelor's degree for anyone that would actually qualify to do it. More people would do it, and more people would be educated. People talk about, oh, we're having a brain drain in America, but they're not willing to do anything. It's okay to spend $800 billion on the military every year. That's totally fine. And, the TSA and all these worthless, programs that don't do shit for anybody besides, provide some stupid jobs that. So they can go to the basically like when they're running for election, say, hey, we created 30,000 jobs. Like, yeah, because you hired a bunch of TSA and bullshit positions that no one really needs.
Socialism.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you beat me to it.
Socialism. You want America to fail.
Helping people is wrong.
Yes.
School is bullshit. So anyone who pays to go to school is fucking retarded, yo. Dropouts for life.
It's
okay.
Their parents. It's their.
But that's ridiculous to say that because most people have the option of sending their kids to public school. Should we just do away with that too if we're against socialism?
Socialism.
Okay.
That's all you need to know, Scotty.
Okay, well.
Socialism.
Grandparents. It's a whole economy that suffers when we have these dumb ideas about how we're going to finance higher education for Americans.
Van Jones. Robots are coming to take your jobs.
They should just legalize weed across America and use all the tax money from weed to send people to college.
Exactly.
There we go. Problem solved.
America!
Have little weed shops at the universities.
Yes. Yes. I agree with that.
There already are weed shops at the universities. They're just not...
Right.
They're not recognized or
Yeah.
codified.
Yeah.
Regulated. Gunman kills 3.
Yes, another segment of Americans shooting Americans.
No, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
It's so unbelievable.
It's almost not even news anymore. It's just kind of like, yeah, people killed people.
What's on? Let's check the most recent shooting chart.
Overnight, emergency vehicles stood outside an apartment complex near downtown Las Vegas. Police evacuated the residents, saying very little about their investigation. But it was clear that this scene was tied to this one, where 5 people died after a man and a woman armed with guns declared a revolution.
I'm sad to report that 2 of my officers were killed in a line of duty, and an innocent citizen also lost their life. 2 suspects responsible for these deaths are also deceased.
2 veterans
well,
of
you
the
only killed 3 people. It's not much of a revolution.
No, he goes somewhere else. And well, I guess they killed a few other people somewhere else too. But yeah, still wasn't much of a revolution in the end for them.
Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, 41-year-old Alan Beck and 31-year-old Igor Saldo had been on their lunch break inside a CC's Pizza.
And this man came in out of nowhere. I thought he was going to get a drink. The way he walked up and walked past them.
Witnesses say the man then turned around and he and a woman with him opened fire.
I saw their gun in their hand, and he just told me to tell the cops that it was a revolution, and he had just killed 2 cops inside CC's.
Police say the attackers then went inside a Walmart across the street and killed a woman near the entrance.
You see a whole bunch of people start running towards the back, like the main exit or the emergency exit, and that's when I started taking off running too.
Police swarmed, exchanging gunfire with the suspects inside the building. They heard more shots, then nothing.
Preliminary, it appears the female suspect shot the male suspect, then took her own life.
As for the attackers...
Yeah.
Revolution!
Do you think that was planned, or do you think she was just like, fuck this guy, I'm going to kill him
If you're
too?
going to do a revolution where you are going to like shoot some cops, why wouldn't you die in an epic shootout with the cops afterwards?
Yeah, if you're going to get shot anyway, why shoot
These
yourself?
people really are fucking cowards. It's like, you know what? They went and shot some people, like, point blank in the head. Then, like, revolution. It's like, okay, so they have some shit planned at the very least. Like, no, they just run into a Walmart, like, and then, like, exchange fire. Then she just kills him and then kills herself.
Another reason not to go to Walmart.
Yeah, exactly.
Yet another.
Yep.
Revolution and the reasons for starting it, police don't yet know a motive. I'm Andrew
Fucking
Spencer
insane.
reporting.
Yeah.
I think that might be a motivation right there.
Revolution, man! The revolution begins! cops are eating pizza at CC's. Ah!
It sounds like something like a couple 16-year-olds would come up with, not like grown-ass people.
So the plan for our revolution is this. First, we'll go into CC's Pizza and fucking waste some cops. Then we'll go into Walmart and shoot ourselves.
Are we going to eat at CC's first, though?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Just get a
Can't die on an empty stomach.
Well, they're on the right track because cops shouldn't be eating at CC's. They're meant to eat donuts.
Yeah, that's true. What is with the pizza thing?
It was a pizza revolution.
Pizza belongs to us, not the police.
Exactly.
We need to take pizza
It's like
back.
the guns.
Revolution!
Once they get it, they'll never give it back.
I think y'all have cracked the case.
Well, now I feel like these people might have been justified. They're just trying to maintain the natural balance of stereotypes about what cops eat.
It was a cover-up on the news.
Actually, pretty much every time something like this happens, someone does say it was a cover-up. But
what's a
usually,
cover-up?
usually it's a cover-up by the. Well, usually it's like a staged event by the Obama
There's
administration
fluoride in the water.
to
Obama
outlaw
staged it.
guns.
Yeah.
There were chemtrails over that CC's.
Yes,
Where
making all the people infertile. Suicide pills, mass murder pills.
Making the fish gay.
You have to love Alex Jones and his crazy bullshit.
Putting chemicals in the water, making the fish gay.
Get down. Fucking. Who wants gay fish? Do you like fish sticks?
Kanye West.
Yep. You got
Kanye
it.
West. That's what he wants.
Do you like fish sticks? Do you like fish sticks?
Apparently you do.
Do you like other fish sticks?
Said yes, you do.
Apparently the Scottish referendum vote is coming up here.
Who cares?
You know what? I really don't care, really, because it doesn't have anything to do with me, but I thought that this was kind of funny. I guess the UK government made some ads that kind of caused some problems for them. So,
Okay, let's see that. That sounds like it might be fun.
It was meant to help their campaign against Scottish independence. Instead, the UK government's list of 12 things you can buy with the money you'd save by remaining part of Britain has backfired. They used Lego figures in photos without asking the firm if they could. David Haig from Brand
Oh
Finance
my
says it's
God.
That's rather not polite.
They use Legos without permission. Spank them.
I notice people hate it when we do accents.
Really?
Yeah, because apparently we do them so badly.
I'm the amazing atheist, I am.
Oh, man. You should be sued.
unforgivable.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim charoo. I does what I likes and I likes what I do. All right.
Paris to have to tick off the British government
Why did it
and
get so
say
hot
stop
in here
using
all
our
of a sudden?
trademark. They
I don't know,
clearly
but I'll
would
turn
not
on the
want to be
air.
associated with a political campaign.
The countdown to a referendum on Scottish independence is in its final stages. The country votes on September the 18th.
It'd be funny if there was not even a large turnout for this. I wouldn't be surprised.
There will be, for sure.
What do you think will happen, Scotty?
I'm guessing it'll stay in the UK.
It'd be funnier if they left. And then they could add that as like a addendum to the end of Braveheart.
The no supporters still have a majority, but one recent poll showed they'd lost ground, with 46% now in favour. The leader of the independence campaign, Alex Salmond, is confident that support will continue to grow over the next 3 months.
I regard this as, in many ways, the culmination of a 100-year journey. You know, for 100 years, Scotland has been getting bits of Home Rule devolved to Scotland. Now we have the opportunity to complete that journey.
The UK government's list of things to do with the £1,400 it says independence will cost each person still stands, but without the pictures. Among them are a season ticket at Aberdeen Soccer Club, scoffing 280 hot dogs at the Edinburgh Festival, and covering your family's shoe habit for the next 6 years. Many Scots are not amused.
When you're putting a political message across, you need to be very careful. And it's both condescending and quite ridiculous, the things.
I didn't notice that had happened to the picture, but...
What happened?
Oh, the window got all small.
Everyone died.
But I made it bigger.
Okay.
Did they mention the part about the polls yet? I was up and away.
It was like some about 46%.
Yeah. I mean, that's in an election with that many people. The margin of error could swing either way at that point.
And what happens if the people who are in favor of Scottish independence are the ones who turn up to vote? in greater numbers because
Right.
they're more passionate about the issue or something like that. But it doesn't really matter because I mean, like, I don't give a fuck. I mean, like, there's either outcome is like nothing. It doesn't affect my world in the slightest. So
Unless you move.
I
to
don't
Scotland.
even think it really affects the world of Scottish people. I mean, maybe a little. But
Yeah, probably a little bit, but not like. I don't think it'll be like an immense change.
No.
They suggest Scottish people might want to spend the money.
All right, let's skip this story. It's boring.
Okay.
Skip it.
Just like
Skip
fuck this
it.
shit.
Skip it. Skip it.
This next story is actually also out of Scotland, but it has
nothing to do.
It's just by coincidence. These people saw the Google truck coming and they decided to pull a prank.
Sometimes you can find some
That's
unusual
awesome.
things on Google Street View. You have to check this out. We're zooming into Edinburgh, Scotland, down on the street-level view of Giles Street. Now, look down the road past that light blue car on the right. Move one step closer here, and a man appears to be looming over another. Let's get right next to them, and it appears the man in light red overalls is face down, spread-eagled. Drive past, and you can see the other man appears to have an axe in his hand. So what happened here? Is
That's
this
awesome.
a murder caught on Street View? Well, the answer could be found at the next stop. As you look back, you see the man in overalls is now up and walking. Well, it turns out this was all a hoax. CNN spoke with the so-called axe man, Dan Thompson, who says back in August of 2012, he spotted the Google Earth car coming down the road and quickly grabbed an axe and his colleague Gary. He says, though, it took more than a year before someone alerted police who came by to investigate. Now, after he explained the prank, Thompson says the police went away roaring with laughter. Errol Barnett, CNN.
That's good.
Lucky they were in America.
They have nicer police than us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
They would've
police
shot
here.
us.
Police here would have just been like, "Think that's funny, huh? You going to fucking jail?"
Probably would have arrested him and let him tell his story down at the station.
Yep.
Yeah, after they like shoved a baton up his ass or something.
Taser.
That's what you get for playing your little jokes. Think you funny, huh? See how funny you are with a baton up your ass. Blah! Jesus. Yes.
The next thing we got here is about how prostitution in Brazil is getting even bigger now that the World Cup is coming.
Well, of course.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. TJ is a big fan of Brazil. He likes Brazil.
Brazil.
Doesn't.
He likes big.
Brazil.
He likes big asses.
Yes.
So he's like Brazil.
Brazil.
They have big asses.
Brazil. Which is weird because it's Brazil. Should be like Asszil or something. Or Asszilla.
Asszil.
Assilla.
Yeah.
Australia.
Asszil.
Asszil? Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have the thing, DJ.
What am I doing?
Here we go.
Ah!
Fuck.
Damn you, TJ.
Daniels.
They lean in car windows, stand on corners, and flash nearly naked bodies
There you
along
go.
lonely stretches of
There you go.
highway. We're in Fortaleza in the northeastern
Scott,
corner
I think we need
of
to go see the
Brazil.
World Cup, dude.
One of the World
Like,
Cup
man, World
host
Cup
cities,
sounds good to me.
also known.
World Cup.
World Cups.
TJ, you know, you get to leave with the incredible experience of seeing the World Cup and STDs.
That's awesome.
As a
Both are
magnet
good.
for sex tourism. Prostitution is legal here if you're 18 or over. The problem is many of the girls working these streets aren't. Jusileji was one of them. I was a call girl. I was 13 when I started. At first, she didn't tell her unemployed mother. When she discovered I was 15, she cried and asked me to stop. But I said, "Mom, it's easy money."
This just has something to do with, you know, prostitution being tolerated but not regulated in this country. So that's why minors get to do it. You don't see underage prostitutes as often in countries where prostitution is legal. I went to plenty of them when I was in Europe, you know, especially
Plenty
the
of
Netherlands.
prostitutes.
Well, I went to plenty of countries where prostitution was legal.
I don't know,
Ben
Ben.
slipped there.
I don't know, Ben.
Yeah, I bought a whole bunch of them. You know, it was my birthday and everything.
There you
Happy
go.
birthday to you.
That's exactly how they sounded too. They didn't look how they ended up sounding. Then I was, like, holy shit. Well, I guess you're here.
What the fuck, man?
I guess you're here already, so we might as well do this.
Yeah, I already paid you the €100, whatever. Yeah, so let's just get it over with.
Do the Aborigines allow prostitution?
Yes, they do, actually. My people love prostitution. We play didgeridoos while we prostitute ourselves to the masses.
Yeah, the ones that play
those
didgeridoos
prostitutes
get paid
didgeridoo
more?
you.
Maybe after the break, I'll play didgeridoo.
Didgeridoo.
I don't even know where it is.
You do have one somewhere.
Yeah, I do have one. I told you, because I'm an Aboriginal.
Juicy Leiji, now 21, takes us to the beach bars where she used to pick up foreign tourists. At night, we see tables full of older foreign men.
Older foreign men.
Young women in skimpy clothing who negotiate prices or give out phone numbers.
That happens in the United States without even really being prostitution. There's older men hooking up with younger women because they have money all the time. And it's not even necessarily like let's have sex and I will give you money. It's like I'll buy you some nice clothes and let's have sex.
Yeah.
Or I'll take you out to the nicest restaurant in town and let's have sex. You know what I mean? So there's prostitution out there that's not technically prostitution, but it is. So
yeah, you're getting like the territory of like escorts and like sugar daddies and things like that. Yeah,
exactly.
That's why it's like, how can you possibly regulate something like this?
Well,
you can regulate it, but I mean, how can you possibly outlaw it or prohibit it? I mean, it's so hard to even define what prostitution is because there's such a gradient there.
Well, and I mean, if these American news crews can drive around this town of Brazil and find these women that are obviously prostitutes, we saw them at the beginning of the story here. Obviously, the cops can see them too. These cops don't give a shit. So it's illegal, but still tolerated and unregulated. So it causes this thing where, anybody can get into it because there's no regulation. And that's when you find, 14, 15, 16-year-old girls because they can make a lot of money off of it.
It's called Craigslist, Ben. That's what they said.
It's called Craigslist.
Our world is corrupt with sex. Good.
Yes. TJ's reading comments now.
It that way.
Our world is corrupted with sex.
Now that hotels have
That's
barred
actually what
girls
Elliot
under
Rodger
18,
believed.
clients rent apartments or head to so-called love motels. Police have cracked down on underage prostitution, and Fortaleza says it's fighting the problem, but refused to be interviewed by CNN. Critics say authorities have done little more than get child prostitutes out of view, and that there are precious few resources for the nation's most vulnerable.
These girls come from extreme poverty, a culture of social exclusion.
They're always whining that kids need to get jobs. I mean,
well, that's just another problem they need to address is the differentiate or the big differential between the rich and the extreme poor in Brazil, which is obviously a big problem there. And
glad it's not a problem here, though.
Not to the same degree as it is in Brazil, honestly.
Yeah.
And I've known people from Brazil, and most of them are well-off people. The only people who can afford to come to the United States from Brazil to go to school and stuff like that are usually the more wealthy people. So,
And a profound disrespect for women.
This state prosecutor says there are cases where parents put their own children on the street, but also organized crime that involves hotels, taxis, and tourism agencies. Children's rights advocates warn the child sex trade could explode during the World Cup if more isn't done.
Ever since Brazil was selected to host the World Cup in 2014, it created these huge expectations.
Our guided social worker, Antonio Carlos da Silva, takes us to the newly renovated Castelão Stadium, where prostitutes now cater to truckers, but dream about big bucks from visiting fans.
They're so hopeful about making money through prostitution, they're asking where they can take English classes to negotiate with their clients.
Tainá was a
Seems like they're pretty dedicated to what they do.
yeah. And I don't think it should be illegal. But I think when you have a black market, more people do it out of desperation.
Why a black market, Ben? Is that some kind of racial
What
joke?
the hell, Ben?
I think it was.
Ben is racist.
Wow.
We've just proven on the Drunken Peasants.
Can't
Ben
believe
is
that
racist.
Ben would fucking say that. I'm disgusted with Ben right
The
now.
amazing racist has called me a racist, which
Yes.
which further vilifies my own racism.
Yes, Ben.
She first hit the
Although you
streets,
are
and she
Aboriginal.
says there is still plenty of underage girls out here. The late-night scene down the road is even more brazen. Prostitutes congregate in front of the police station. Extras many
Oh,
of them
man.
use fake IDs.
That's awesome.
A group of women tells us the child prostitutes hide down a side alley. There we find two girls who speak to us off camera. They say they're 16 and 17, but look much younger.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know what the age of consent in Brazil is, but in many countries it is 16 and 17. So it doesn't matter how young they look. It doesn't
Well,
matter.
I think they're trying to imply that they were lying.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, but if you're going to lie, why not just say 18, though?
Exactly. Well, I don't know. Maybe 16 is the age there.
It
is
said
in many
18
countries.
early in the story.
Oh, okay.
They
They
said
don't
that was the
smile
age for
and talk
legalization
barely
of
above-
prostitution.
Yeah.
Above a whisper. I've been doing this for 2 months, says one girl. We use the money to buy things we need, clothes and school supplies, says another.
We just talked to a couple of girls who openly admitted they're minors. One of them said she's doing this just so that she can eat, and they both said they don't
They're
have...
miners, so do they like mine coal or what is it?
cancer protection. If they don't get paid, they have to walk home.
Here, it's just so many tragic stories. Some girls even tell us they...
But isn't poverty really the culprit here? I mean...
Yeah, for sure. I mean, lack of opportunities and poverty. Like,
I mean, you can't... They're basically trying to solve a problem by saying this isn't allowed, but they're not actually going after the root cause of the problem, which is the fact that these people are so poor that they have to, like, suck dick on the street to fucking buy food for themselves.
By day, they're swinging a pickaxe in a mine. By night, they're sucking dick. Those damn miners.
Let's hope they never get the two confused.
Swinging a pickaxe at a dick.
I don't know. Maybe someone's into that.
Like, yeah, baby. Give you $50 to swing the pickaxe at my cock.
It's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, do it.
That is hardcore.
Do it.
stayed on the streets through teenage pregnancies. A handful of non-profit groups are helping. Vida Vida provides victims of sexual exploitation basic schooling and job training.
And masks.
They helped Juicy Leiji get an internship at a bank. But she says where she comes from, the sex trade is easy money. And the World Cup promises even more of it. Shasta Darlington,
Stimulating the
CNN,
Brazilian
Porto Alegre.
economy.
Why are they showing little boys? Oh, I guess it's because it's the World Cup, but it's like, I don't know. That's kind of weird. Anyway. So we all know that, judges are elected normally to judge people in court. And then we also have public defenders. It's in our Constitution, I believe.
Right to a trial, yeah.
Yeah.
And representation, yeah.
Yeah. So here's a snippet that I found pretty funny. It's actually a judge and a public defender going out in the hallway to fight each other.
Neat.
Yeah.
I think they both
A
should be
judge
disbarred.
in
That's
a
pretty
Florida
ridiculous.
courtroom challenged
Florida.
the public defender right there
Surprise.
to
Yeah, what
a
a
fight,
shock.
and
Not
then apparently
Florida.
delivered on it.
Must be the humidity.
All right, what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? I'm not waiting. If you want to set up for trial, set up for trial.
All right.
If you want to set it for docket sounding, set it for docket sounding. I'm not waiting in any case. This is an
You know,
emergency
if I
created by
had a
the
rock,
state.
I would throw it at you right now.
You know, this is
Stop pissing me off. Just sit down. I'll take care of it. I don't need your help.
No,
Sit
you know
down.
what? I'm the public defender. I have a right to be here, and I have a right to
I
stand
said
and represent
sit
my
down.
clients.
If you want to fight, let's go out back, and I'll just beat
Let's
your
go.
I like how he
Wow.
I like how he called his bluff. Like, fine, fuck you.
If you want to fight, let's go in the back. He's like, all right. No hesitate. Okay. I'll
like-
beat your ass. Cool.
It's like, I know I can kick your ass, you fat piece of shit, sitting behind a fucking big ass desk in a robe, thinking you're all awesome. Yeah.
Lawyer's like, let's strap.
I mean, this judge is an idiot. I mean, like, if you're doing a job like this, there's supposed to be a level of decorum. I mean, like, even if you don't like the other guy for whatever reason, you have a job to do it, and like.
These judges have a god complex.
Yeah,
they
for sure.
decide who.
Tell
goes
you
to
what, if
prison.
I had a rock right now, I'd throw it at your damn head.
It's like, who says that? You know, it's like, oh my fucking god. That's why I try to avoid even getting into that situation at all, because I know there's going to be a piece of shit that would, you know. Luckily, I've never even had to go in front of a judge.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of these people do have that complex. Though they get elected, and they're like, well, you know, I can just do whatever the fuck I want to. Which they can.
Yeah, I mean, they have a huge amount of authority, even more than a cop on the street would have.
Oh, for sure.
So, I mean, the only difference between them and a cop on the street is a cop on the street could come up with an excuse to shoot you if they wanted to.
But a judge can throw a rock at your head, though.
Yeah.
And just
he has a gavel. I mean, if he's sitting there saying, like, if I had a rock, I'd throw it at your head. Well, I know you have a gavel. That's pretty heavy. Why don't you throw that at his head?
The attorney says that he went into the
Hammer of Thor,
hallway,
bitch.
and the judge grabbed him by the collar and started hitting him. Deputies broke up the fight. I'm talking about a judge and a public defender. The attorney has been reassigned. No one was arrested. It appears no charges will be filed. It will be reported to the Florida
fucking
bar.
judge.
Yeah, so much special treatment, you know, preferential treatment for judges.
Nah,
The
judges are
system.
good.
If the public defender would have started the fight, he probably would have been held in contempt. But because the judge started the fight, it's like, oh, it's a wash. Oh, you silly
Yeah, the
boys,
only thing that can
break
happen
it
to the
up.
judge is he could be disbarred, which we know is not going to happen. Which he should be. I mean, anyone that does that should be disbarred.
If I had a rock, I'd throw it at Chris right now.
That's contempt of court right there. I mean, it's like, I don't know.
I mean, if he's serving as a public servant on the bench, he can't simply just go there and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to start a fight with the public defender, and then I should just keep my job. I mean, like, who would keep their job under those circumstances? Most people would lose their job.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't see why this judge, just because he was elected, really needs to keep his job. They just need to have a special election, and he just needs to go.
They should have just gone out back and had... What are those things where you walk in the opposite direction?
A
turn around
duel?
and face?
Yes.
They should have just had a duel in the back to the side.
Some Aaron Burr, Alexander Hamilton style justice.
If the judge dies, get a new judge. The other guy
You know
dies.
what? Part of me is like, yeah, that would be cool, but then people would be doing that shit all the time if they brought that shit back.
You know, but that's how we could cut down on overpopulation.
Well, and back then, dueling was like the weapons they had back then were not as accurate.
Right.
Now people would just be dead.
And then you'd also have like people just shooting people and being like, well, he agreed to a duel.
Yeah,
And then he's
that too.
dead, so he can't even defend himself that he didn't agree to it. So
There's not even a gun on his body.
Yeah.
He agreed to a duel.
Elliot
His gun
Rodger
just-
be like, all these people agreed to duel me. It's all good.
I couldn't get laid, so I started fights with people.
Totally legit.
Yeah, so, well, one person to be happy about is George Zimmerman. You know, you got Skittles. Bring Skittles to a duel.
I challenge Trayvon to a duel.
Well, he's already dead, George.
Well, that was before.
Yeah.
That's why he's dead. He lost the duel.
You kind of made him sound like the Joker.
He is a joker.
Yeah.
And a smoker. And a midnight
He stood his ground, though, TJ, remember.
That's why he was not guilty, because he stood his ground.
You know what I love? This next one is hilarious. An airline pilot decided to take up a deal to be a drug mule, and ended up having to call 911 because I think the bags broke open inside of him.
Woo!
So
wow,
That's a fun flight.
Yeah.
Ow.
What is your
Ladies and
emergency?
gentlemen, this is your pilot speaking. I'm pretty fucked up right now.
Packets of cocaine in one purse.
It is a bizarre 911 call that came in
Well,
from
at
a
least he was
Northeast
smart enough
Houston
to
hotel.
save
on
his cell. I mean, a lot of people just would have died. Like, I don't want to go to jail. It's like, well, I guess I got to bite the bullet and just take my drug charges.
Yeah.
a recent Saturday.
Do you know how many packets you swallowed? 62. 62 packets.
Oh, man.
I
Wow.
almost spit my beer out when he said 62.
60 fucking 2.
Yeah.
62.
Yeah, he knew how many, too.
Yeah, because that's what he would have had to have accounted for when he got to the other side to wherever he was going.
Can you imagine how horrible it is to have to sit there and swallow 62 little balloons or whatever
Not
they
for
are?
you, TJ. Oh!
Could you imagine who wants to fucking kill him for not delivering the 62 packets?
I would
Yeah.
imagine it's all part of their like they expect losses in those operations at this point.
I don't know.
I think they're probably more distressed that this pilot called 911 and basically revealed what was
Dude,
going
you
on.
know he's gonna rat them out too because they're gonna be like, "You're gonna do a lot of time in prison unless you just tell us, who gave you this stuff."
On the phone is a man who identifies himself as Stan Hill. Stanley Raphael Hill is the 49-year-old commercial pilot now federally charged with trying to smuggle 250 grams of cocaine in his belly from Bogota to Houston. Investigators say he was...
So Colombians, basically. He lost the drugs of Colombians.
Yeah, it sounds like 250 grams. That's what about let's see, about 8 ounces, roughly.
Street value $15.
Yeah, no.
Of cocaine, no.
No.
Much more.
Especially not from the source.
$15.
Yeah.
a passenger on that flight, but was wearing his pilot's uniform.
Oh, my life is totally ruined now. Wow.
You know what caused you to swallow the packets?
I like how she paused there for a second. She was like,
"No, we should."
Do you know what caused you to swallow?
Wow, this is going to be used against him in court too. This is going to be used against him.
Well, and then he says to make money, but
Why would he say that? He'd just be like, "I don't know."
Why would she even ask that?
Do you know what caused you to swallow
the packets?
You know what he should have said?
I just had this urge
to make money.
He should have said they forced him to do it.
Like they held a gun to his head.
Yeah, like basically, like you have to. When I was in Colombia, these people came and said, "Swallow this shit or you
They
die."
told me they were gonna kill my family.
Yep. There you
I
go.
did it for my family. I was afraid.
Bart Kane was afraid.
Money.
The 911 call is a meandering and mesmerizing 9-minute, 13-second candid conversation. Hill sounds convinced he is dying, killed by his own ill-conceived plan, and feeling the effects of the drugs.
How old are you, Stan?
Coming on pretty strong.
Huh?
It's coming on pretty strong.
How are you feeling?
Not good. The blood has nowhere to go, and like veins are bulging.
Paramedics arrived and Hill survived, but his days as a high-flying commuter pilot may be over.
I think they're definitely over.
No, maybe over.
There's no may about it.
Okay, even if he's found innocent by some miracle, like there's no way any airline would ever hire him again.
There's a recorded confession. There's no way he's gonna be found not guilty.
He said
on the plus side, Coke Pilot would be a pretty good name for like a punk band or something.
Coke Pilot.
We're Coke Pilot.
We're Coke Pilot. Fuck off. yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's how you start the show. Yeah, so I think we're going to take a break in a second here.
A suckend.
A
Smoke
suckend.
pan every day.
Yeah, so we'll be right back in a few here.
Everyone died of AIDS.
Especially TJ.
It was wonderful.
Is that a fucked up Disney World?
to the listeners of the Drunken Peasants podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a 30-day free trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. As I mentioned earlier, one of my favorite books is Stephen King's It. I don't know how long of an audiobook that would be, but, you know, if you're looking for something to do with your time after the season finale of Game of Thrones, jump right into the audiobook of Stephen King's It. To download your free audiobook, go to audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants. Again, that's audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants for your free audiobook. Lies!
TJ's a Freemason terror.
It is all lies! They're lying to you! Get down!
He doesn't actually like it at all.
You know, I think someone was attempting some foul play on us a second ago.
Oh, attempting a little trying to the fire.
Yeah.
You just said that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck
well, you're
that.
not.
Yeah.
Faggot.
Yep.
Try to stop our show.
You're calling Ben a faggot, TJ?
No matter how hard you try, you can't stop us now.
Goodness.
I don't know what that
Rest
was.
in peace, your eardrums.
Yes. Stop. Stop, TJ. Stop.
Bad, TJ. Bad.
Yeah, TJ?
No.
Do we take you outside, TJ? Do you time out?
All right.
What's going on here?
So apparently a school had a Pride Day, which would never have flown at my school. But then again, I went to a Catholic school, and
Catholics don't have pride.
Yeah, and apparently the principal decided that was the day that he was going to come out of the closet, and that's what this next story is about.
Shit!
Yeah.
Principal McSassy.
Stop it, you
I know.
ass.
He's fabulous.
Kids gathered at Wilson for their tolerance event called Pride Day, when 50-year-old principal and former college football player Pete Cahall, reportedly physically shaking, came out publicly for the first time as a gay man. This photo tweeted by city council member
Bring him
David
up.
Kattan.
That's pretty amazing, honestly.
Kill them faggots. That's all I got to say about it.
Yep. Hang them high.
Let me tell you something, man. You got a fucking fag for a principal. He gonna spread his
gonna make
fag
them
agenda
faggots.
down on the children.
Children are all faggots now because the principal's okay to be gay. Everyone's okay to be gay. This
They
is
be
wrong.
sucking dick left and right.
This is wrong.
Let me tell you something. If a
Not
man,
America. Under God.
if a man puts another man's penis in his mouth, are you gonna really trust him around your children?
No.
The answer's no. That is not what Jesus
That ain't
wants.
gonna happen to my child. I'll put a bullet in him.
If he wants to put a dick in himself, I'll put a bullet inside him.
Surprised Mayor Vincent Gray, who congratulated him. And Cahall explained why today and why at Wilson.
I just turned 50 a couple weeks ago. And, just something kept saying, I'm tired of hiding.
I was shocked. I had no idea.
Students, some stunned by the announcement, expressed support.
He's a role model for our school.
Brainwashed.
He's a role model for the community.
That kid's obviously a queer.
Queer.
With his blonde hair on the front of his head.
Frosted
Fucking queer.
tips and such.
And who wears black plastic glasses? What a fag, right?
Yeah,
I know.
Look at his earring.
Gay!
Don't you know in prison that's a sign that you're available?
Yep. He's a damn
And look at how his mouth is open, as if to invite cock inside.
The principal, probably.
I think that's just an awesome feat to have a principal
Brainwashed.
that actually is pretty much in the same member of the community as you are in.
But the most important factor was, how could I be a principal leading a gay pride day of high school kids and telling kids it's okay to be yourself and not be myself.
Students.
Obviously, this was premeditated, and I give him all the credit in the world, honestly.
I'm kind of disappointed that he didn't come out by tearing off his shirt to reveal an I love cock shirt
Like
underneath.
like Hulk Hogan
Just
style.
some Freddie
like,
Mercury in the background.
Yeah, like, we are the champions,
TJ.
my friend.
Move your fucking head away from the microphone if you're going to scream. All right.
Mute
Fine.
TJ.
Fuck you. I'm going to mute your ass.
TJ's muted. TJ's muted.
All right. It's fine.
Wilson founded Pride Day last year, and the event has spread to other high schools in the district, which has put this school in the crosshairs of anti-gay protesters from the Westboro Baptist Church.
Oh, God. It's
Yeah.
kind of sad the only people that really protest this shit now are just the Westboro Baptist Church. It's just like sad that's the only thing they can do. They can just like, they have to go around and just grasp for straws. Like, is there something we can be mad about somewhere?
I also want to believe that they're trolls, honestly.
You think everyone's a fucking troll?
No.
They're trolls!
Just the people that are too fucking ridiculous to be real.
The problem is that
they're also nuts.
The problem is that you underestimate how fucking stupid people can be.
It's funny because, like, Fred Phelps, he was fucking insane as he was, but he wasn't insane enough. He got excommunicated from his own church. They kept that under wraps until he died, for the most part.
And then the Obama administration had him secretly killed.
Sometimes fiction is strange. Or wait, sometimes reality is stranger than
Sometimes
fiction.
truth
There you
is
go.
I think they
stranger
gave
than
him like
fiction.
plutonium or radium in his brain or something. And then he died. How can you explain that? Can you explain
can't.
that, Ben?
You can't.
Tide goes in, tide comes out. Ah!
You can't.
The sun is rising.
It's madness.
Hey, did that Josh Frankenstein guy made another video defending his position.
Good.
Is his position that fire bad?
Fire bad. His real name is Josh Feuerstein.
Fire bad.
And he's an idiot. And he's very popular on Facebook all of a sudden. Shitty
I want to
videos.
update you on the breaking news situation in Seattle. You're looking at the live picture of the shooting scene at the Seattle Pacific campus. There has been a shooting
One
on
shooting
that
for the
university
show is
campus.
just not enough.
The Seattle
Not one shooting for America is not enough. Got to have multiple shootings.
Hey, 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 hey. Mass shootings every day.
Fire Department is telling us that medics have transported 4 gunshot victims. That's the latest that we have. Those numbers are fluid. They could change. But 4 is the number we have right now. And at this moment, 1 of the men, 1 woman being treated with life-threatening injuries. Another man and woman are said to be in stable condition. And the suspect, we can now report,
We do not need
is
any
in
action on
custody.
gun control issues.
The
Everything is fine.
squad apparently still clearing.
And it's funny because the more and more it goes on, the people I know that own guns and enjoy guns are starting to change and at least accept the fact that something needs to change. You know?
No, nothing.
Especially when it comes to, you know, at least looking at the background of someone's mental
Liberal.
history.
Ben's nothing but a dirty liberal for saying that.
I am a liberal.
Dirty liberal. You wrong.
I don't, you know, I haven't really seen that with the people I know who have guns and stuff.
Do they live in Louisiana?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I've more seen them become more radically supportive of like guns. Every time something like this happens, like their line on it is, you know, if everyone had guns, then this stuff wouldn't happen because these shooters would just get shot.
That is utter bullshit. There would just be like a
free for all.
Yeah, a free for all.
Bloodbath.
Maybe they should join the revolution at CC's Pizza while they're at it. You know?
Revolution at C2!
Revolution at C2!
It'll be like that movie, what's that? The killer with his 245s. That'll be everyone, like someone walks into like CC's Pizza and the guy just jumps out with his 245s, like blows the killers away. He's like, I knew what they were going to do. They had the look in their eye.
Yeah. You got to go to like
save them.
What I'm waiting for is for someone to go shoot a bunch of people at a shooting range or something.
That did happen.
That's happened before.
That did happen. There was actually this former Marine that wrote an autobiography, and in the autobiography, he claimed that he had ran into Jesse Ventura at some bar. Maybe he wasn't. No, he might have been a Navy SEAL. Actually, I don't remember.
He was a sniper. I know you're talking about.
He ran into Jesse Ventura at a bar, and he claims that he kicked Jesse Ventura's ass.
Oh, okay.
And Jesse Ventura sued him for that. And Jesse Ventura had this lawsuit going on with him, and then this guy ended up being murdered at a shooting range by some deranged lunatic. So now Jesse Ventura is suing his estate, which is his wife now. So now on Fox News, they're like, Jesse Ventura's a piece of shit suing a widow. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there was a massacre at a shooting range. And that's
So if the idea is that guns protect us from shootings, then how would they explain that?
Well, I mean, just look at the Aurora shooting. In a dark theater, if there would have been I don't know, how many people does your average
Probably a couple hundred.
A couple hundred. So let's say 20 of them were armed. This guy had smoke screens. He had like smoke grenades and all this shit.
He has one thing more than that than anything. He has the element of surprise.
And he also had like a Kevlar vest on and shit like that too.
He was locked. I mean, he had a shotgun. I mean,
did he walk up in front of the screen and start blowing people away?
He was in front of all the people. He
So
had a shotgun.
was. If he would have stayed in his seat and started picking people off, maybe he could have got more people in that long run. But he kind of like walked up on stage essentially.
I mean, he had the best weapon for close quarters combat, which he had a shotgun. I mean, you don't have to even be accurate. I could give you a shotgun if you've never fired a gun in your life and put you in a theater. You'll kill people.
Well, that's why they use it for like if you're firing at like a goose or a duck, a shotgun. You know, a small target up in the air, far away.
Well,
with
like
a big burst.
military operations, they'll put a slug through a door, which is like that's just a solid shotgun round. They'll put it through the door, which basically then the door goes, and then they go in there with shotguns and just kill anything that moves.
Yeah.
My favorite theater shooting is actually not the Aurora shooting, though. It's that old guy who was a retired cop that shot the guy that threw popcorn at him.
Oh yeah, because he was threatened,
and he was like, "It was self-defense."
We should have those in every theater, just to shoot people who
Yeah,
on their cell phones.
A common courtesy theater gun.
Yeah, they should just have a gun on the back of everyone's seat.
It was one of those luxury theaters too. It was like the ones with like the lazy boy recliner type seating. We have one here in Columbus that's like that. But yeah, it was an argument over texting in the theater, and yeah, it annoys me when people text in the theater. But I would never want to shoot anyone for doing it. You know what? If someone, even if I wasn't in an argument with someone, if someone just like randomly threw popcorn at me, I wouldn't be like, God, I need to shoot this person. I'd probably be pissed.
I would be internally.
Just an internal anger, like
supports murder.
You just want to kill.
Aurora shooting is a hoax.
First-person
Idiot in
shooters
the
did
chat
this to
room.
me.
You are now banned for saying something incredibly
Investigamer,
stupid.
you are done with first-person shooters. You are banned now. I give you an 8 out of 10, which means your game sucks.
Yeah, this game sucks.
He's
9.9.
He's going for the IRL FPS.
I don't play them anymore anyway. I'm a recovering,
You need to play Call
I'm
of
in
Duty.
Shooters Anonymous.
Play Call of
So what was the first shooter that got? Was it GoldenEye?
No, I actually did not play shooters when I was younger. I played more action games and adventure games, Zelda, that sort of thing. I didn't get into shooters till Halo, actually, the first Halo.
Oh, yeah.
So I was much more into the kiddie games when I was younger for some reason.
I liked
Sly Cooper.
I'm going to show my age here, but I liked the early PC adventure games like Space Quest and King's Quest.
Yeah,
King's Quest
ones were awesome. Actually,
Yeah.
I fucking love King's Quest.
That's all I did when I went to college. I spent a lot of my time just making text-based games for the hell of it.
That's pretty cool.
Pick up
my brother.
Magic Wand.
My brother Stevie, not Scotty, one time explained the plot of the Halo games to me, and I just went cross-eyed after the first 30 minutes. And I'm like, just stop.
And that's why we're all shooting each other.
Just stop.
Buildings, they have been searching students. At first, they thought there could be a second shooter. Now, our understanding is they have ruled that out. We're trying to understand exactly what happened. The teacher's assistant just spoke to our affiliate about the scene. I wanted to play what she said.
We just heard muffled sounds. We were regarded from another student who was in hesitation to just go back inside the building to lock down and just to, remain calm. What we heard were several different episodes. I heard specifically 2 different ones. One I thought was to be a teacher who's a jolly teacher. He's
jolly? What is he, fucking Santa?
But once I knew that it was muffled shots, I then, told other students to sit down quietly, and we were evacuated by the police officers in due time. They came in a couple minutes later.
Earlier this afternoon, we had a young male enter Otto Miller Hall on the Seattle Pacific University campus, was armed with a shotgun, walked into the building, into the foyer, immediately...
Do you not even need to be 21 to buy a shotgun?
No, 18.
Yeah, 18, because it's considered a hunting weapon, but it's still a close... you can walk into a mall behind a group of people and just blow everyone away.
Oh, easily.
Hide it in a trench coat.
You could, with a 9mm, you could kill one person at a time, pop. But with a shotgun, you could take out many people.
With a
in one
submachine
shot.
gun, you could kill tons of people with a 9mm, or even a 22.
And if you had your own pet Godzilla, you could kill thousands, perhaps
There we
millions
go.
of people.
We need better regulation on pet Godzillas. Damn it.
I want a
Confronted
fucking Godzilla.
3 victims and shot those 3 individuals. 2 have life-threatening injuries and 1 has minor injuries. At that point, the shooter began to
minorly
reload
shot.
his shotgun, and a student that is the building monitor inside of the hall confronted the shooter.
Yeah, I want to say something about this guy. Heroic yet insane at the same time.
Well, I mean, the guy was reloading. He probably figured, like, hey, if we're going to stop this, this is the best chance.
Yeah.
Was able to subdue the individual, and once on the ground, other students jumped on top of them, and they were able to pin the shooter to the ground until police arrived.
It's crazy because in a lot of situations like this, everyone's extremely cowardly and runs away and tries to save themselves. This guy actually laid on top of the guy, and then other people laid on top of them. So it's kind of strange. I don't normally hear about this kind of shit. Normally, the shooter either dies shooting it out with police or they end up blowing their own head off.
Imagine if that hall monitor had had a gun. Then he could have taken the shooter out even faster.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or if he had a katana, he could have
Yeah,
decapitated
this is
him.
the perfect example. Someone who did not have a gun at all
You
is
know
the one
those
who put an end to this.
Breakable, like fire extinguisher cases and stuff. They should have breakable cases with guns in case of emergency.
Yeah,
in case of
just-
emergency, break glass for gun.
I think in your home state that would really fly.
We need these.
Any public space, there must be emergency guns every 20 feet along the wall.
Governor Perry, pass this law immediately. We need this.
This is what Jesus would want.
Someone could run on that platform.
I should go to Texas and reinvent myself as a Texas oil tycoon and then run for office on that platform.
No, what you have to do is
Boone Pickens.
What you have to do is really simple. You go to Texas and you say, "I used to be an atheist, and I realized, I looked at a sunset and realized this all had to be created by someone." And then they would really embrace you because, like, yeah, he used to be a big time atheist, and now I realized he saw the light.
I've thought about it sometimes. I've been like, man, I wonder what kind of bank I could make if I just like said that I see now the error of my atheist ways, and now I've accepted Christ.
I thought it was funny. Someone in the chat was like, "You guys are way overestimating the power of a shotgun," and it's like, okay, we're not saying it's going to kill them, but like, do you want, even if you were hit with just like the shrapnel or like the buckshot or whatever you want to call it, would you want to be in that position? I mean, like, yeah, it might not kill somebody. I mean, Dick Cheney shot someone with birdshot. They didn't die, but I mean, it wasn't like they were like, "I'm fine."
No.
I feel good. Never felt better in my life.
I mean, no one wants to be on the receiving end of a shotgun shot. Period. I mean, it doesn't matter what type of ammunition they're using or whatever. I mean, and if the person in the chat says that they would, then I mean, they're fucking stupid.
Kurt Cobain did.
Oh, and by the way, we did check our audible.com, and we have 2 now, so we only need
998 more.
Yeah, and then I'll get on camera.
So yeah,
998 more. It costs you nothing to sign up for a free audible.com subscription. audibletrial.com, Drunken Peasants. Sign up, get your free audiobook, cancel anytime you like before the 30 days are up. It costs you nothing.
$0.
If we get up to 1,000 before the end of the show tonight, I will get on camera at the end of the show.
People are saying Ben is actually the Investigamer.
Yeah.
It is.
Shit.
We are. That's why
they are
Ben. The Ben
Everything he's saying,
Investigamer.
I've pre-recorded before this.
That's why we never talk at the same time.
And it's all been synced together.
He's a master ventriloquist. I mean, I am a master
think of that one.
ventriloquist.
You're
Police
both
did
a
arrive
master
just a few minutes
ventriloquist.
later and were able to make entry, take the shooter into custody, and were able to extract the victims while we began to set up...
It's not even that we're at the point now where the shootings aren't even interesting unless a bunch of people are dead.
Yeah, but like, how many?
How many are dead? Well,
3. What the fuck? What
3 people are injured. It's like,
3?
Come back when some people are dead. Come on now. The fuck kind of shooting is this? Injured. Pah.
operation to go and secure the rest of the building.
Was he pepper sprayed?
Yes.
Was he pepper sprayed?
Yes.
Good
Yes.
question. I like how they left that in at the end. I would have cut that out if I was the editor. It's like, who the fuck cares if he was pepper sprayed?
He was pepper sprayed, and then we tased him, and then we pepper sprayed him some more.
Here's a story I thought you would enjoy, TJ. This is a story.
I hate this story.
Okay.
The story is fucking garbage, Ben. You're insane. What is this?
It's a story that they're really talking up this new pastor in Manhattan. They think he's cool because he uses unorthodox styles of preaching the gospel, and he has tattoos and shit like that.
That's me. Like, I invented this whole atheist character to preach the gospel, you know?
Yeah.
But in a very subtle way.
So I'm going to play it here. And
Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
So we'll go ahead and...
You're a hoax.
And a huckster.
And a huckster.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim charoo.
Play that shit, Ben.
Okay.
Bay that shit, Plen.
Hold on a second. Okay. All right. I'm going to play it.
I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I take a look at my life. I realize it's sudden death.
When I first met Pastor Carl Lentz, it was clear right off the bat, this is a dynamic, magnetic guy.
Don't you spend one more day of your
fucking
life
magnets.
How
do they work?
He's the lead pastor of a church here in the middle of New York City called Hillsong NYC. It is the first U.S. offshoot of the Australian megachurch Hillsong. And when you look at people watching Pastor Lentz preach, they are captivated.
I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Come on, somebody. That is worth a Pentecostal shout down.
This is way different than a lot of churches, I think, that people have seen.
How is this way different? I'm yet to see the difference.
This is just religion rebranding itself. It's nothing to do with anything like, oh, they have more message of hope. It's always some stupid shit like that. They just make the Bible seem like some like really feel good hour of like everything's gonna be fine, everything's gonna be great.
Have you heard the good news in this great book?
I give him credit for having a rave in the middle of a fucking...
Jesus!
That's for Jesus. That's for Jesus. That's for Jesus.
Right
Jesus!
next to the Bibles,
Jesus!
they got the like glow sticks and the holders for the Bibles behind the seats.
Yeah, wearing like halos made of glow stick and shit.
Yeah, I'm an angel going to heaven.
Dude, I have a question for you though.
What?
Fucking magnets, how do they work?
I don't know.
In the United States, especially right here in the middle of New York City. If you watch Pastor Lentz preach, his veins literally pop out of his neck.
His veins pop out of his neck. How fucking compelling is that?
That's how much he loves Jesus.
This has to be your moment to say, let me try the chief shepherd that has never failed anybody. Let me give the creator a shot at my life.
A lot of people like to talk about how Carl...
I like her name.
Poppy Harlow.
I'm Poppy Harlow. Sounds like it would be a man. Like a big old, like an old man with a big beard.
You know, the more I think of it, the more I realize you guys need to have the clip of Jesse Pinkman going, magnets!
Magnets!
Whenever they come up.
Yes. And the ICP clip as well.
Yes.
We need multiple magnet-related clips on this show.
A montage of magnets.
Magnet montage.
Lentz dresses. He's got tattoos.
He's
wears
got
leather
tattoos.
jackets.
He's
Even
so
interviewing
cool
him in
and
Brooklyn one day,
edgy.
someone walked up to me and said, "Hey, who is that? Is that a rock star?" They certainly did not
Is that a
think
rock
that
star?
he was a
Shut the
pastor.
fuck up.
And when you look at Pastor Lentz,
Who's that? Is that a rock star?
He's amazing.
I'm not sure if the Bible advocates tattoos.
It does not.
It actually does not, yeah.
Yeah.
It's prohibited.
And he's
it's
mixing
prohibited
fabrics.
also.
He's mixing fabrics.
It's
with
prohibited
tattoos.
in Leviticus along with like 1,000 other things.
Right. Your body is the temple of Jesus.
Including gay butt sex.
you also see that
Which he looks like he's
seems to
having.
revel in the spotlight.
Yeah, he kind of does actually. Hey guys.
Especially with those.
Bucket list.
We also wanted to sit down with Brian Houston. He is the man who founded Hillsong, the megachurch in Australia. What we wanted to know from Brian Houston is why he thinks this church has caught on so much, why it has exploded in popularity right here in the middle of New York City. Are you concerned that people are coming for them more than for the message?
Not really. We're seeing the same response all over the world. People lining up for church in London, Cape Town, Stockholm. We're seeing it, even Paris, you know.
Even
gotta
Paris
admit
with those
that
godless
the way
French
you dress,
fucking
the
heathens.
tattoos, the way you look gets people talking, and is that a bad thing?
Okay, like this is not the first time there's been like preachers and reverends and shit that had like tattoos and did like we're like the hip, cool, new Christianity.
Yeah, it's like they say in King of the Hill, you're not making Christianity cooler, you're making rock and roll stupider and more annoying.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Because, I mean, I love that this woman who's doing the story is just like, and people say, like, who's that? Is that like a rock star? Is it a rock star? No, it's your pastor. Woo, what's going on? This is something new. You've never seen this kind of Christianity before.
Of course, it's a poor man.
I mean, you
thing.
wonder why they call it a hipster church.
Yeah, I'm not a hipster. You don't even know. Hipsters are.
Do you own a mirror? Do you own a mirror?
Yeah, first of all, let me explain to you what a hipster is. Someone who lives in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, who has a much better beard.
Where do you live?
In Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Carl Lentz leads Hillsong NYC along with his wife Laura Lentz. She's also a pastor there.
Religion has hijacked the fundamental ingredient of our faith.
We were interested in their position on social issues. They preach
So
no
he's
sex
like that
before
spoken
marriage.
word
They say
guy.
Jefferson Bethke shit.
God.
Yeah.
Like, I believe in God, but it's not religion. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Seriously.
Jesus and the church done been separated. All you motherfuckers look at me. Why am I so hated? Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. He is worth the fight. All right.
Jesus.
I love Jefferson Bethke.
Yeah, he's your best.
Jefferson Bethke and I
made love.
Yeah, he wrote me, and he said that he was going to get my videos taken down.
Really?
Because he felt like it was bad publicity for him. So I said, well, how about instead of doing that, you and I do like a charity thing together, so we can show that atheists and Christians can set their differences aside for the greater good. And he's like, yeah, that sounds like really cool. Let's do that. And he I don't know what I mean, I guess nothing ever really came of it, but
well, at least he agreed to it and was.
Yeah, I mean, like he seemed willing to do it. I don't know if he
you-
decided not to, or if he
You
just
wrote
slipped
to
his
him,
mind or whatever.
and that was the end of it. Like,
Yeah.
he never wrote you back.
But he never took my videos of him down, which is good because one of those videos has like millions of views, like 2.5 million. The I hate Jesus and religion too. It's not very well received though because Jefferson Bethke's little posse decided to invade it.
And when it comes to homosexuality, they really do not want to take a public stance. They say that is a private conversation. Are gay men and women welcome in the church?
Absolutely. We have a lot of gay men and women in our church, and I pray we always do.
It's not our place to tell.
You don't need to pray to have them in your church. You just have to accept them into your church.
No. I pray we always will. It's kind of strange.
How they should live. It's
Why are there always like I don't know. It seems like there's so many Australians involved in these churches. Like she's Australian too.
Australia basically has like a culture of like America in the 1950s though.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Oh god.
If you actually like
He's
watch,
like, oh god.
If you watch like Australian movies and shit, you can see they even have like a similar aesthetic to.
Except they have socialized medicine. That's the major difference.
But Australia, I think they elected some kind of crazy prime minister that's trying to do some wacky shit. Like they're trying to. I forget exactly what it is, but I think they're trying to like send like anti-gay pastors to schools and shit. So it's pretty shitty in Australia.
You're like, it's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad. Okay, it's bad. Okay.
It's bad.
Wait, they're just now doing that? We've had that in Texas for years.
Yeah,
No.
they're catching up to Texas.
Every article I've read about you guys says he declined to discuss gay marriage.
Yeah, it's a misquote because I do discuss it, just not the way people want me to. When it comes to homosexuality, I refuse to let another human being or a media moment dictate how we approach it. Jesus was in the thick of an era where homosexuality, just like it is today, was wildly prevalent. And I'm still waiting for someone to show me the quote where Jesus addressed it on the record in front of people. You won't find it because he never did.
And lo, Jesus said, "Fuck those stupid cocksuckers."
Yeah, basically Old Testament divorce. Like, the Old Testament didn't really happen.
homosexuality is rampant, like it's a disease.
Not only that, but Paul, who is really the true founder of Christianity, was pretty anti-gay. But, you know, obviously he was not Jesus. But he was like a bigger popularizer of Christianity than Jesus ever was.
That Hillsong has a lot of money. And a big moneymaker for this church is their band. They have this famous band, Hillsong United. They tour the world. They sell
So
out
famous
stadiums.
that I've never heard of it once.
Hillsong NYC brought in just shy of $5 million in 2012. They encourage
Praise
donations
Jesus.
and keeping it modern, they of course take credit cards. Some news reports have pegged the church's worth at 50 million to 100 million. Are those numbers right?
It would be in the ballpark. It's tiny compared with the Catholic Church, of course.
Lent has become pretty famous in his own right. He's got tons of followers on Twitter, on Instagram. He's friends with Justin Bieber. He's good friends with NBA.
Now we know the really fucking
That's
song.
good publicity.
Yeah, that's not something you want to associate with yourself.
He even
He's
baptized
good
Kevin
friends with
Durant.
Justin
You'll see him
Bieber.
post photos with celebrities on social media.
Do you care about having celebrities in your congregation?
The goal of our church is from the nameless to the famous. Our church should have celebrities, we believe, because we're trying to reach everybody. That's one of our goals.
After you watch Carl
From the
Lentz
nameless
preach a
to the
few times,
famous.
you can't help but wonder, is he going to go the way of Joel Osteen or Billy Graham and take his preaching to television? He insists that is not what he wants to do.
Success is not having a big church, a big portfolio, a lot of money, nice cars.
This is a big deal.
That's
Sunday
just all
after
perks.
Sunday, what you
but
do
I'm sure he
see
doesn't have
is
any of
that
that.
thousands and
No.
thousands are flocking
taken the
to
vow of
Hillsong
poverty.
NYC to hear Lentz preach.
Our goal is not to turn some cultish thinking into New York City, like, you come to our church, we're going to change you. That's an arrogant premise.
Have people said that to you, that this is cultish?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah?
Even though it's the most preposterous allegation in history.
Whether you agree
The
with
most
this
preposterous
message or not,
allegation
Carl
in
Lentz has
history.
redefined
In
church.
Come up with
history.
something better.
The most preposterous allegation in history. Never has there been a single more preposterous proposition. Never. I mean, hell, I hear fucking crazier shit than that, like on a daily basis. I've heard people tell me that the Earth is hollow and that there's an inverted horizon and that there's another sun in the middle of the Earth, and there's a race
Can you prove there's not?
giant
Can you
blonde
prove
hair,
there's not?
blue-eyed people living
Yeah, but can you prove there's
on the
not?
other
TJ?
side of the Earth's crust. I can't prove there's not.
Oh, victory for Gman.
Okay, you're right.
Gman.
People here in
I don't
New
know
York
if he's
City,
a proponent,
they believe
but
that this is a church that
nonetheless,
does
he
well,
wins.
No, I'm just
where
using the
other
G-Man
churches
mentality.
don't.
Whether you like it or not, God is your shepherd. Whether you like it or not, He has never failed anybody, and He's not going to start with you. Whether you like it or not, you need to hear it. He is going to lead you into something better.
I like to point out that people in the audience had very blank stares on their faces, like, this is good.
God is great.
You're a middle-aged man, TJ.
You're a middle-aged man. Naked bike ride takes city by storm.
Yeah, I knew you'd like this one.
Thousands
Portland,
of
of
people
course.
gathered at Normandale
Portland.
Park in Northeast Portland.
I'm wearing my birthmarks tonight.
Portland's annual
joke.
World Naked Bike Ride. What's it feel like standing here naked? A little awkward, not gonna lie, but it's it's exciting, right? The starting line is usually downtown, but with the Rose Festival going on, this year organizers got a permit for the neighborhood park. Walking through the crowd tonight, I've been asked over and over again what we could possibly show of this on the news tonight. As you can see, not much. In all the years he's lived here,
This is the house I was brought home to when I was born.
it's like nothing this neighbor has ever seen.
The neighbors aren't happy about it, but it is some entertainment.
Organizers say the ride
guy's
is a
awesome.
At least,
protest
yeah.
against
At least he's cool with it.
Well, the neighbors are fucking crying like a bunch of pussies, but whatever. I'm fascinated by it, honestly.
Boobies.
I like seeing
vulnerability,
naked
oil
people.
dependence and body shaming. A
Oh,
way
Batman
to get back
showed
to
up.
basics. It's
very freeing, very invigorating, and there's no judgments. There's people of all shapes and sizes, and nobody cares. They're just out here to have a good time.
As they get ready to begin, some wonder how physically comfortable this ride will be.
We'll see. You know, I have my Speedos in my pack here, so if it's really uncomfortable, I put my Speedos on.
A ride through Portland, cyclists and neighbors will never forget. In Northeast Portland, Amy Fraser, KOIN 6 News.
I don't even know what to say about that story. But
I just thought it'd be interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
TJ's bike seat is a banana seat. Oh, that's what Butt King said.
Butt King.
Stop.
And TJ threatened his family too.
Yes.
When you do that, it sounds like a piano was dropped.
Good.
So Newt Gingrich, he's sickened by Obama.
When isn't
Obama?
he? When has he ever not been?
When has Newt Gingrich ever
day of his life?
not been sickened by anything? Anyway.
I have to say, I'm a little sickened by the administration playing that film and saying, see, we had no choice. Admiral McCain was the commander in the Pacific for years.
Right.
For years, he knew that his son was in a Vietnamese prison. For years, he knew that his son was being actively tortured. At one point, the North Vietnamese offered to release his son, and John McCain said, I will not go until the rest get to go. This idea that the United States of America is going to release terrorists who could kill thousands of people because one person has footage that he's not doing well, you can't make national security policy around this kind of phony compassion.
But the symbol to our military...
That's kind of silly because, first of all, the Gitmo people that were released. I mean, like, first of all, there's really not much. There's no legal reason to hold almost anyone in Gitmo in the first place.
Holy shit! Bill Richardson lost some weight.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And then second of all of the prisoners they released were going to be released very shortly anyway. So it's not like we released people who were otherwise going to be spending a long time in Gitmo. They were all people who were slated to be let go.
Shut up, liberal.
So
we don't need your facts around here.
Bill Richardson.
Something must be wrong with Bill Richardson. He's not looking too good.
He has the cancer.
Something. I don't know.
I mean, the motherfucker loses a little weight, and you're like, something must be wrong.
I don't
He
know.
dying?
What's wrong with over here?
They have delicious food in New Mexico. It's hard to lose weight there. So
he's got the AIDS.
He was having some carne adobada.
Carne adobada.
Is that if you're in harm's way, we'll get you out. That is fundamental. And what I think has happened here is, unfortunately, this issue has been politicized. I mean, instead of like the American people, look at his family in Idaho. Look at the joy when he came out.
Sure.
And now, you know, we're talking about on the deserter issue. This is something the Army needs to investigate.
Yeah,
he
I
was
agree with
promoted
that. Yeah.
twice while he was in prison.
Which shows you that the bureaucracy
from a private
right.
to
But
a
Bill,
sergeant.
Let me
That's
reinforce.
not
Let me
exactly
reinforce
merit.
what Let me reinforce what Frank said. Susan Rice goes on television and says he was rescued. No, he wasn't rescued. He was traded for. Now, and I'm
It's
not
a
arguing.
prisoner swap. No, is it
Why are we
prisoner-
focusing on talking points
Because she
on
keeps
somebody
doing it, and
that
that's
goes on
not
Sunday
political.
shows?
At
We're
the end
losing
of that
what
war,
is
you
at
have
heart of the
prisoner
matter
swap.
here.
It's a question of accuracy. It's a question of whether we can have trust in our government. And you know, this issue of leaving people behind, these people left 4 guys behind in Benghazi. And I think a lot of this sacred honor stuff is about...
Benghazi.
Benghazi.
Oh,
actually,
Ben.
that's my last name, Ghazi.
They're going to talk about fucking Benghazi till the end of time.
It'll be...
That's all they have.
He's Middle Eastern.
Benghazi.
My last name is Ghazi. Benghazi.
Trying to mask that failure.
That is
But
ridiculous.
It is not ridiculous. This
General
is exactly what's
Dempsey.
happening.
General Dempsey
And
is
same
actually the person who
General Dempsey
led
has
the
a lot to
negotiation
be
of this
accounted
deal.
for here
And
on a whole host of issues,
do you
including what he's
know what
presiding
General
over
Dempsey
in
knows
terms
what?
of the hollowing out of the
a
military.
distinguished
The
veteran,
war on the
Secretary
culture
Hagel.
of the military.
The military
There's
doesn't know
a
anything.
real
Hey,
concern.
wait a
No one knows
minute.
anything except the
Behind
Republican
this
pundits.
Where the fuck is S.E. Cup?
The Secretary of Defense, Chuck
I'm
Hagel,
upset.
a decorated veteran.
Where is she?
Totally behind this, and basically saying his safety was and his health was jeopardized.
The
And
Senate
they
of the
showed
United
video.
States had profound concerns about the judgment of Chuck Hagel.
Why is
and I
John
think his
Malkovich on the
conduct in This
panel?
episode is proof of
Well,
it.
Frank,
It's
the
absolutely
Why is
Secretary of
conservative
Defense
John
is a
Malkovich on the
distinguished
panel?
veteran. He's following
There
this
are a
issue
lot of
day by day.
distinguished veterans,
You
and
and
his
I,
judgment
you and
happens
I
to be
don't have
lousy.
all the information
Bill,
they have.
you've been an
We have
appointee of
plenty
the
of
executive
information.
branch. You were
Right.
distinguished. I really couldn't figure out whether I should.
You know what I think we're going to do here really quick? I think we're going to take a break.
And we're going to come back and answer
some calls. So go ahead and send us your questions, and we'll be right back here.
Q. Everyone turn your mic off.
TJSucks.net.
All right. We're back now.
TJ's
Back on
a liar.
crack.
TJ's a liar and a middle-aged man.
You're a middle-aged man.
Yeah, so
do we have any calls?
Yeah,
Ben?
yeah.
Have any
And-
calls, Ben?
yes.
Kind of callers?
And continue to send in your questions, by the way.
No. He's lying. Don't do that.
Okay, don't.
What's going to be a short Q&A then?
Yeah.
No.
Don't send in your questions then. Fine. Fuck you.
Every question you send in, we kill you.
Absolutely.
Let's call a person.
All right.
Calling?
Bueller.
That was a good noise you made. It was like,
Sorry.
Drunken Peasants.
Drunken Peasants podcast.
At least you're not doing the accents.
what? You don't like our accents?
Oh no, they're great.
Woo! TJ's accent is
So-
spot on.
I noticed one time.
Hello, governor.
You criticized my usage of bullocks. So could you give me a sentence that properly uses the term bullocks?
Oh god, I can't remember when you used it incorrectly. Bollocks. You generally use it to say sort of that's a lie. You can say that's a load of bollocks.
So it's interchangeable with bullshit.
Okay, TJ's
Yeah.
intelligent. Bollocks.
Yeah,
I understand.
bollocks.
All right.
You don't deserve a microphone.
So I noticed you had a question. Feel free to ask the question again, and we'll answer it.
Oh yeah.
Or not.
I was thinking, what do you guys think of the sort of feminist obsession with rape? Because I've seen a lot of people, especially on Tumblr, try and trivialize the definition of rape, and some of them get.
What do you mean
support-
by trivialize? Trivialize.
Well, sort of expand the definition to include basically everything
Right.
a guy could do to a girl.
You stared at my tits. That's rape.
Yeah, that
Right.
sort of stuff. You looked at
Yeah.
me funny, you're a rapist, go to jail.
We had consensual sex, and then you changed your mind weeks later and said, you know what, I shouldn't have done that.
It was rape.
Yeah, retroactive.
I actually saw an article on Tumblr that defended that as saying, like, you are allowed to retroactively withdraw your consent.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that
So-
doesn't make any sense.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. You have to look at it from the Tumblr feminist perspective, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a feminist on this show to debate?
It's funny because just recently, someone wrote to me. Oh, they wrote a post on Tumblr basically saying that feminists need to come debate me. And I said, okay, that's fine. If any one of you wants to come on the show and have a discussion, we can do that. And thus far, none have accepted.
Thus far, crickets.
It's because
Yeah.
all they fail to say is, not all men, TJ, not all men.
Yeah, TJ, not all men, buddy.
Not all
How do you explain that, TJ? Tide goes in, tide goes out. You can't explain these things.
So miscommunication.
We've tried to have, we've tried to have some feminists on the show. And if there's any feminists watching right now that disagree with us on feminism, you're welcome to come on the show and talk about it.
Send us a.
This is a free speech forum. We even give fucking Gman a megaphone on the show.
We've let
on.
Bread King and fucking Gman on the show, and True Empiricism and Nephilim Free.
Yeah, we've even tried to give those guys a platform. Unfortunately,
I forgot you had Nephilim on here.
Yeah,
we did.
I wanted to
Scary.
watch that.
Scary.
He's creepy.
He's creepy. Yeah, he is creepy, and he actually looks like the child molester from the movie The Lovely Bones.
Lovely Bones. That's what
Yeah.
I used to say.
Yeah,
That's great.
Identical. He looks like him. Down
that's so
to
true.
the glasses, the
way he
mustache,
talks.
the face, the mannerisms, everything. There's some children buried in Nephilim Free's backyard.
Oh
for
my
sure.
God.
For sure. If you look, anyone who looks like Nephilim Free probably has killed children.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying.
That's a bridge too far, man.
No.
Sorry, it is.
No, it's not.
I hate Nephilim Free. You know that, but
Man, you guys are
I'll say
pussies.
I'll agree with that. He personally does do that, but
Okay, but you won't say that everyone who looks
Yeah.
like him does it.
yeah, exactly.
You should do that look later in life, Chris. If you go bald, you should just grow the mustache and get the rapist glasses.
I've been thinking about shaving
Like,
my head, actually.
Yeah, there you go. Shave your head. Get the big
Not for
rapist
that
frames.
purpose,
No. Shave off the beard. Just keep the mustache. Get the creepy pedophile Nephilim free look going. It's all good.
The craters
Nephilim
on
loves
the
you.
moon are actually caused.
If Jesus told me to rape a child, I would.
I'd be
That's all I'm
forced to.
saying.
Thanks for your question, Aisha. We're gonna move on here.
Fuck off, Aisha.
We actually have someone.
That's mean.
Fuck you, Aisha.
She's-
We don't need your
she's
tricks.
so
And all your
nice,
scientists can suck our dicks.
It's funny, TJ. She's so nice.
She is nice. I like her.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
She was good in all the Harry Potter films.
I saw it coming.
Well, good for you.
Someone has a question specifically for the Investigamer.
Oh, sweet.
All right.
Yeah. So
Call him.
If it's about E3, I can't help you. I've been held hostage the
Held
entire
hostage.
event so far.
Yeah, in TJ's basement.
Sorry about that.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
You like discipline?
Go ahead.
So I have a question for the Investigamer.
Go ahead.
What are
Hurry
your
up!
opinions on
We'll
the new
not have all
battle-
night.
Go ahead.
I said, what are your opinions on the new Battlefront being
That's
developed?
an E3 question. I've not gotten to watch E3 because
Fuck
that reason, and also I've been held here.
Against his will.
Someone did send me some pictures though. They looked photorealistic. I'll be perfectly
Fucking
honest.
sucks.
If it turns out that like that, I'll play it. Fuck, I played the old Battlefronts. I loved them.
Yeah.
Wait, did he ask Battlefront or Battlefield?
No! Well, they're being developed by the same people, so...
Yeah.
Basically the same game.
What does that mean? To
Are you
play
sure
us
it's the
out?
same game?
I didn't play the
How do you
latest
know?
Battlefield.
Do you have evidence for this statement?
I
You
think...
have evidence to back this up right now. Can you prove this?
I mean, I'm not a huge Star Wars guy. I like the older films, but you know, I'll play any video games. Really.
What do you think about the new films? Like, do you think it's going to redeem anything from the prequels, or do you think it's just going to be just as bad?
Since it's, I mean, I like most films that have been made by J.J. Abrams so far.
Flares.
So
I did
flares.
not like the J.J. Abrams Star Trek.
I liked the first one.
I appreciated it, but just because I was starved for a new Star Trek
Yeah.
for so long after they canceled Enterprise.
It's
You
a
know.
totally different face, though, completely from the show.
Right. Any of the shows.
And I didn't
really.
like how they had to create an alternate timeline to continue Star Trek. I thought, you
Well,
know,
I think that it was a good thing to do that, honestly, simply because otherwise it would piss people off who Kirk never did that, Spock never did that. But if you set up an alternate timeline, then it's like, oh, well, I guess in this timeline they did do that.
Do you like a porno?
I do.
What size gift will get me entry to her vagina?
Depends on her tastes. Yeah. Oh, we still have a caller.
Yeah, we still do.
Thanks for answering my question.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for being on. All right.
Thank you for being a tool. Congratulations.
Oh, shit. Little Big Planet 3 was announced. I'm out of here.
I don't even know what that
But
is.
seriously, I'm game.
Is that like the Battle of Little Bighorn or something? I don't know.
No.
It's a side-scrolling build shit type of game.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I like
PlayStation
side scrollers.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're old.
It's me, a Mario.
Oh man, it is not fun playing the new Super Mario Brothers games with TJ because he kills you.
Yeah, TJ fucking sucks at those games.
But
I don't.
But
Yeah, you're horrible.
Admittingly,
You're
like
nothing compared to me.
Admittingly, when I kill Scotty, he still blames it on TJ. He'll be like, "Fuck you, TJ, you killed me."
It's also like TJ's way better at Mario than me. Actually, I just like to troll him, and be like, "You're shitty, TJ. You suck. You die at the hardest level. You suck. I'm so much better." And he's like, "Well, why don't you go, beat it then, Scotty?" Then I'll be like, "Oh, I already beat it earlier."
Man, people send us the stupidest messages. It's like, you really want to be on the
my
show,
laptop's dead.
and you send us this bullshit. Oh, okay, whatever. This is such a general question, but I'm just gonna call them. Whatever.
Call them.
Do you guys like Doritos or not?
Yeah, this is basically a question kind of like that. It's like, do you like this? Type question.
Do you like this thing?
Yeah, good.
Oh man, they hung up. They must have heard that we thought their question was stupid.
I once watched a JonTron panel, and they kept asking him, "Do you like this movie? Do you like that movie? Do you like this movie?" So he finally said, "Look at me, the fucking judge up here. Oh no, that's shit. That's retarded. Yeah, I like that one." He's just basically saying, "Don't ask this shit again."
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Is that your real voice?
I'm just wondering that myself.
Yeah, that's my real voice.
Is that a picture of The Rock as Hercules?
No,
Hell no.
that's
I wish I
not.
could see this.
What the fuck is that?
It is not The Rock as Hercules.
I believe that's like an old pic from an old movie or something.
Okay, so
But,
feel free to ask your question.
All right, cool. TJ, I know
Yeah.
you did videos about free market capitalism a while back. I was wondering
It's
what
funny, I
your
was just talking about that earlier.
Nice. But what are your opinions on communism? And I'm not talking about like the evil form of communism, but like, true communism. What are your opinions on it, and do you think it could work?
Do I think it could work? I don't think it could work.
Fucking thing sucks!
Fucking thing sucks.
I guess you know Ben's opinion.
No, I mean, I don't think communism could work. I think that it runs... I mean, like, the communism that did exist was intended to be the communism that is idealized.
Like
I mean,
Marxism, communism?
Yeah, I mean, like, it starts off with that intent, like, we're going to do all this great stuff. But, of course, there's always going to be people who see the angles, who want power for themselves.
Actually, I was a big-time commie in high school, and I went to a Catholic school, which was a big problem. And
I imagine so.
And I had, like, a big stack of... Mao Zedong like red books that I would give to my friends and stuff like that, and I got called into the dean's office and shit like that. So I had actually joined the Communist Party and stuff like that as a teenager. I thought communism, I don't know, actually part of it was a big part of the rebellion growing up in the 80s, and towards the end of the Cold War it was more of a rebellious thing for me. But I do agree that socialism has its place in society, but not necessarily communism.
I see what you guys are saying, but thank you for taking my call. You guys rock. Keep on rocking.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank you.
man.
You rock,
Thanks for your
too, with your
question.
crazy voice.
Hey, man, what's up?
I think he's probably high. I don't know.
Probably fucking high or something, dude.
Yeah, this is my real voice. How you doing?
It's like, okay. A few more cigarettes and you're going to be Tom Waits, dude.
That was Dennis Rodman when he was drunk.
Dude, I don't even like Tom Waits, but I can admit Tom Waits is a cool voice.
Hello.
Hello.
Hold on. Are you actually a female?
Yes.
Oh my fucking god.
Ben's reaction is priceless.
Yeah. Anyway.
I usually don't get that reaction to being a female. Usually it's being a female gamer that I get that reaction.
Well, the thing about our show is that we have a 12% female audience, so anytime we have a female...
12%?
Well,
Mine's down to 8.1.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Really? Strangely enough, on the Amazing Atheist channel, it's been increasing in, like, recent years. Because it used to be like
a sex
For that, I
symbol.
had
it
one-
used to be like
TJ,
10, but now it's like 16.
TJ, you
so.
are now a sex symbol.
Feel free to go ahead with your question.
Anyway, would you guys ever replace food with some sort of like drink or food that is supposed to replace all other foods and have
It's called beer.
nutrition?
Either
Vodka.
I don't think I would do that just because food is awesome.
Yeah, I'm on the same thing with TJ.
Texture's a big thing for me.
Here where we live, it's such a gluttonous place. We live in a place that's known for a unbelievably huge hamburger, and then also a grilled cheese sandwich place that will not only put whatever you ask for on a grilled cheese sandwich, but also for $2 more they will bread and deep fry it.
$2
So-
for a deep fried hamburger.
Hamburger, grilled cheese,
Is
whatever.
that the place you were going to take me?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I told you.
He's like, now he's disappointed. He's like, fuck, man, I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
go
pretty
there.
amazing.
Seriously.
Well, maybe we could go tomorrow.
We can always go tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we love food. I don't know. I mean, I guess if it was necessary for the survival of people, I would replace maybe a few meals a day with a drink of some sort. But
Isn't that from Wall-E? They all drink like milkshakes.
Yeah.
And they're all
Whatever.
fat
Yeah.
and on Barca loungers.
I was only
Floating
asking because I
Barca
actually
lounges.
found something like this, but it hasn't been really tested or anything.
Yeah, I would kind of veer clear of that kind of
If
shit,
it's not
honestly.
been tested or anything like
Liquid
that.
diets.
Yeah.
I'm obviously not doing it yet, and obviously it would be bad if
Probably-
they got like monopoly on that sort of thing.
TJ,
Uh-huh.
talk about Galen's fucking food diet.
Galen's diet.
Yeah,
I mean,
remember
Doesn't-
his fasting thing.
Doesn't Galen cook like very elaborate
Yes, he
meals?
does.
What's funny because Galen will have these liquid fasts where it's like, I'm not going to consume anything for 72 hours. Then I'm going to drink this like mix and blend of herbs and like fucking protein and like Galen. This just sounds insane.
Does it at least work?
That's a little bit over. That's a little
He
bit
does
over.
lose weight, but I think it's because he's not eating and he's just
Yeah.
like forgetting to make these like magical smoothies that are like going to make him ultra healthy.
I went on this crazy anorexic diet for 2.5 months, and I lost like 45 pounds in 2 months and became unbelievably thin. But then
It
I gained it all
actually, I
back.
think, could do some wonders for people who are overly obese or like anorexic or something. That might actually be a good thing it can do, but still not tested.
They're the least likely people to do it though. Stop eating a lot.
Gastric bypass
Yeah, I
would be
suppose.
better.
yeah, food's too awesome.
Yeah, food is awesome. We love it here.
I will never
and
give
we-
up pizza.
Oh man,
Yeah.
where we live, there's like so many different pizza places to choose from, and for some reason they love to make pizza square here. So we live in like the capital of the square pizza.
That's
for some
true.
reason.
And Jet's Pizza is awesome.
Yes, it is.
When weed is made legal, I want to start a pizza joint that includes a dime bag with every pizza.
Fuck it!
Now you
No,
can just
Ben,
sprinkle
not
it on
fuck it.
pizza.
That's actually awesome.
I didn't
Not sure
say
how
that.
that would taste.
Bill O'Reilly said that.
What does that mean? To play
They
us
could just
out?
bake it into the crust.
I don't know what that means, to play us out. What does that
Weed
mean?
crust. They're like a $30 pizza.
Do it live!
Pizza Hut will jump on that shit. Now with
I
the
wouldn't
weed
doubt it.
crust.
If it was on a federal level, if weed was legal, I would not doubt it for a second.
Some pizza place would do it.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe not Pizza Hut. Maybe they're a little too family friendly, but someone would do
Some
it.
local pizza fucking joint would
What
do
is
it.
unfamily friendly about weed pizza? I want to know.
I don't know. Man, little kids will fucking eat it and then they'll die. Of
They will not
fucking
die.
Weed
They'll
poisoning.
die of weed
They'll
poisoning.
just want to eat more pizza. Pizza Hut would be
The obesity,
very wise.
the
about
obesity
there you
problem
go.
will come back.
It'll offset all
Ben
the...
endorses obesity for children.
the
Thank you for your
sugar.
question. Yes, I do.
Fuck it!
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it with a bucket.
Fuck it with a bucket.
Like John Cena's
Apparently,
head.
we have Ulysses S. Grant who has a question for us.
That's good.
All right.
Hello, President Grant. Are you there? President Grant.
Calling President Grant.
President Grant. I thought you were dead.
Paging
Apparently,
Dr.
you're
Faggot.
like,
He must be dead because he's not answering.
I didn't know dead people could sign up for Skype.
They can.
President Grant, are you there?
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Hi, President Grant.
Hey. So,
Hey.
yeah.
I thought you would sound different.
Yeah, I thought you'd have more of like a booming, kind of rough voice.
Yeah, just, no.
Can you?
Yeah, gonna have to admit we're
Can you do a booming rough voice
Is
for
it the
us?
fact that you've been dead for the past 100+ years?
Really, there's no problem with me being dead. I wanted to come back for this short amount of time to see what you
What does
guys
that
were-
mean? To play us out?
So, you want me to ask my question, or?
Yes.
All right. What do you think about potential split into 6 or more states, in particular the state of Jefferson movement? Is there any condition under which you think that secession is justified?
Is there any condition that we think secession from the United States would be justified?
Yes.
Yeah, well, one that I can think of today would probably be like the Navajo Nation, a whole fucking giant landmass of people where they hardly have running water for more than 25% of their entire place, and it's a place larger than many U.S. states. Maybe they should secede.
Yeah.
I don't know about actual U.S. states though that get the funding from the federal
Texas.
government.
Texas should secede.
Texas should
Perry.
secede, so it's like goodbye Texas, and then maybe Mexico will take them back or something.
We should just
Sorry.
cut Mississippi off. Just take a giant space knife, carve it off.
I like the
push it into the water.
I like the real time with Bill Maher where he was like talking about the Civil War and he's like, on second thought, you guys can have it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I can't think of anything that seems like like it could be looming around the corner that would warrant secession. But I mean, like, I guess there's probably things that would make it valid.
And do you think the federal government would allow secession?
I doubt it.
They didn't allow it last time.
Right. And it was a lot more difficult to keep it from to keep a state from seceding back then. You needed actual manpower. Now all we need are drones and fighter jets and things like that. So is it practical is a better question.
Right.
And the answer is no. Probably not.
So how do you feel about it, caller?
I think it's kind of like, well, at least from my perspective, I think you could probably say, yeah, the Navajo Nation probably should secede, just because they're not really sovereign in the way that they are.
If you want to think of the closest thing to a third world country in North America, you can look at the Navajo Nation. And it's completely, part of it exists in Arizona, part of it in New Mexico, part of it in Utah, and part of it in Colorado. And it's a giant landmass, but it's almost like driving through, like Somalia or
District
something
9.
like that. Yeah, it's just unbelievable. And obviously the people that live there don't have to live there. They're citizens and they can live anywhere they please, but there's a lot of people because of their cultural identity choose to live there and their need to keep their language alive and other things like that. But they can't even grow their own food. Most of the land there is desert. So even if they wanted to, it'd be pretty difficult to do so.
Yeah, and so that kind of begs the question of like, if they let's say they actually did that, they'd be completely surrounded by the United States. If they didn't have arable land, they just have to import all their food from now a separate country.
Right.
The infrastructure is all the United States. I mean, like it's just so unlikely to happen.
And they were pushed there. I mean,
Oh, of course. I mean, no one's denying that. I'm
it's
just
like
saying.
we don't want these people living on our fertile lands. Go live out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, I mean,
I want to marry a guy and a babe. I'm thinking about coming out.
I mean,
I'm a
as it's played out
bisexual.
now, there's really just no practical way to do it.
Right. So, yeah, I don't believe in secession in modern times, especially with the scope of power that our government has. It's just too much. No. But, yeah, it's a good question. Thanks for asking. We're going to go ahead and move on to something else here. Wow, this is such like a general question here.
Last question of the night.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, one last question.
This is a dumb question.
Final caller.
What is TJ's favorite food?
I like how you just jump right in.
Good
Hey,
question, though.
What
by
is
the way,
TJ's favorite food?
Name's John. I'm a huge
Your
fan.
mama's ass, bitch. Oh! Ow!
My mom's
Ow!
dead.
Ow! 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 Ow!
My mom's
What do you think about
dead.
that? Good.
Mom's dead.
All the better for me to eat her ass. Fucking dead zombie ass. Tastes good.
You're gonna eat some zombies, TJ?
Yeah.
All right, go on.
Do you want me to get another question?
No.
All right.
Show's over.
Oh, really? Okay.
No.
No.
All right. You can do one more.
Okay.
You can do one more.
Let me. Oh, hold on.
This guy we've had bad luck with lately, so
You want to try it?
we can try it if you want.
All right.
But last time he sucked.
Yeah, we abuse the callers.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
No, we don't. They love it.
They love the abuse, apparently.
They know what's up at this point.
All right. Well,
And he continues his suck streak.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to call him anymore.
Yeah. He has you have been banned from the podcast.
Hold on, TJ. I have that, actually.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
So we will do...
We'll do this.
Yeah, sure. What the fuck?
What the fuck ever. Let's do it.
If
Let's
you-
fucking do it.
Hello.
Hello.
Yo.
I was wondering, yeah. So, what do you feel about? My question is, what do you feel about the U.S. police state and how people all over YouTube and the internet have videos up of police harassing them and stuff? Do you feel that it is beginning to become a true police state, or do you feel that it's just a small group of police officers and border agents and all that crap just getting well?
I don't think the group is small at all.
Yeah,
not at all.
I doubt it.
My impression is not of a small group of cops doing this, but even let's say it is. Even if we say it is, what's
tolerated.
what's really clear is that no repercussions will befall most of these cops who get into these kind of situations. Like, usually they get something that I would hesitate to even call a slap on the wrist.
Right.
It's like, oh no, you need sensitivity training.
I like how he mentioned border agents, though. So you're Canadian. Have you had trouble with U.S. border agents?
No, but I know people who've like got to the border and then the officer will walk up to the car and say, "Are you an American citizen?" And they'll say, "You don't have any right to know that," which they don't. There's obviously laws that say they don't have to know anything unless they have reasonable cause. And when they don't, they'll say no. But then the officer will say, "Well, pull over to the side." They'll say no again. And they'll be like, "Well, if you don't, we're going to take you in." And
Well,
they
I think
also
it says.
have-
I think your profile says you're Canadian, but you sound way more Irish to me than anything else.
Well, I'm from well, you
Eastern
probably
Canada?
never heard. Yeah, Newfoundland. Basically, a lot of accent up in my area, but no.
Yeah, I recognize it because my girlfriend is from Ontario, so I recognize it. She knows every time there's someone on YouTube who's like from Newfoundland or like Nova Scotia or anything. She's like, "Oh, I know where they're from."
South Park makes fun of you a lot.
Yeah,
Because you
I
didn't
can
know
understand that. Like, I try to cut the accent out, but in the mid. Basically, here's what everybody sounds like, and I'll give you a quick run. Jesus, boy, that's pretty thick, and like that's it. Everywhere, like you can't walk 2 feet without hearing the most like fucked up. It's like a British accent mixed with Irish accent, just fucking like Down syndrome added in. There you go. That's what the people say. It's
That's a good
fucking hilarious.
explanation.
Like people like people say we talk fast. It just sounds like fucking Charlie Brown's parents. There you go. Just sounds like.
Is your world an
Super
8-bit?
No,
no, but it sounds like it. You know how, like, in the 80s video games, when people would talk, it would just sound like, and then, like, fucking dialogue going on the bottom? We need that, because we need that fucking shit going on, because that's how bad people talk. Like, I try to cut it out, and still people
I saw
don't.
the name Callahan and thought Irish as well,
Callahan.
too.
Yeah. Well,
So are your ancestors Irish or something?
yeah. And I
Okay.
got friends around here, like, named Seamus and fucking shit, like, we basically we were everyone in Newfoundland was basically Ireland was like, fuck you, we don't like you. You sound more retarded than we do, and that's like how it can't even be possible. So they basically like shit us out, and they like kicked us over here to the closest spot they could across the ocean, and now we're here on the fringe of Canada, usually with the fucking sea blown in on us, fucking just like this is fucking boring. But like what I was saying with police and shit, like. I've dealt with police in my daily life, and I'm only 16, and I've had people in my neighborhood call the police on me for reasons like no big reason at all, just saying that I harassed them and stuff like that, but I didn't. And like I'm not like I would be honest with saying that like people basically fucking whiny people that fucking sit around all day waiting for something bad to happen, and all my neighbors are retirees, so like the second if like anything happens at all, like a fucking leaf can fall off a tree and make a queer noise, they'll run to their phones, call up 911 and say like, okay, fucking drive by. Somebody just drove by and shot my child, and like they'll call police up and shit, and they'll pull up and ask me what was going on. And I got long hair and I wear black t-shirts, and they're just like, well, we got a terrorist, we got a shooter here. He listens to that metal. He's gonna be shooting people. So that's basically what I just. Yeah.
It's like that for me. If you go to a park and just look kind of suspicious in a rich neighborhood, and these old ladies look out the window and see you, like I went geocaching before, and I've had the cops call me 3 times while geocaching in my hometown because I looked suspicious because I was looking for the geocache in a public park while wearing a hoodie or something.
That is mighty suspicious, though.
Oh yeah,
walking around a public area.
There's a terrorist, gun him down.
He's
Get
hiding
him.
a bomb in a park that maybe 16 people will visit over the course of a week.
Investigamer, huh? That sounds like your terrorist cell name.
Must be
What are you
communist.
investigating?
He's pretty communist.
Investigaming. He's a communist. All right,
Yeah, he's
caller.
obviously small.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you,
We're going to
man.
let you go. Back to your fucking Newfoundland fuckhole, whatever it is.
crawl back in your hole, Canadian scum.
Someone really explained Canada to it. Said Canada is full of bears.
That's good.
So
like
bear that in mind.
Big hair.
Bear that in mind. So funny.
Oh yeah.
So we didn't quite make our goal tonight, everyone.
Yeah, Ben's not good on camera.
Yeah, not at all. Not even close. We got 6 donations. You almost made it.
They're not donations, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not donations.
Audible trials.
Audible trials. We got 6 of them.
So you lazy motherfuckers that are for some reason don't want a free audiobook, would you please go to Audible trial /Drunken Peasants and do that for us? You get something free and you help out a show that obviously entertains you. So
do it. Do it now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What size gift will get me entry to her vagina?
Everyone have a good night. Thank you.
Have a good one. Check out the Investigamer.